High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
The NSCHSAA baseball playoffs roll through Farmingdale State as the defending New York State champion Holy Trinity Titans take on the top-seeded St. Dominic Bayhawks on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Today's game is sponsored by Blaze Pizza. Baseball fans, Blaze Pizza is available for catering for all New York City and Long Island through Easy Cater. Use the QR code at the top of the right corner of your screen to order today. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Rob Anderson, I'm John Perez. There they are, the defending New York State champions, winning their first state title in program history. But, Rob, you know it's hard to win your first title. It's even harder to go back-to-back.
Especially in baseball, John. You know, coming back-to-back, the pressure's on. Everybody kind of knows what you're bringing to the table. But this is a team, again, that's returning quite a few players. So the idea of a repeat is possible, and it's always nice to have players that have won. They understand the pressure. So today in a difficult spot, but they are prepared.
And Holy Trinity rolling at the right time. Winners of their last 4 straight games. And they knocked off Chaminade 4-2. Chaminade bounced early by both Holy Trinity and St. John the Baptist losses. So for the first time in quite a while, we won't have Chaminade in the final, but we will have one of these two teams, and of course of the next 2 games, or St. John the Baptist, as Holy Trinity is going to be led by 2 of the best players in New York State. It's Tyler Cook, the Troy commit, as well as Ryan Chiz. And of course our impact players are powered by top-tier aviators. To be the best, you got to play the best. Coached by the best against the rest. Come fly with us at toptieraviators.com.
Yeah, you can take a look there. Chiz and Cook, both power hitters. 325 out of Cook, 6 bombs from Chiz. Those two in a lineup, batting second and fifth. They've got a lot going on and can make a lot happen around those bases.
Yeah, Dan Luizzi was really complimentary of Ryan Chiz. So that's the Titans. Let's go over to St. Dominic's 20-2 overall, and we'll talk about their pitchers throughout the entire playoff run. But St. Dom's also has some pretty good bats. 1 elder statesman and 1 younger guy, led by top-tier baseball aviators. It's Matt Cruz, the Rutgers commit, and Dominic Muccia, only a freshman, hitting .369.
John, you got to love a .438 batting average in the 3-hole. That's a guy that could drive in runs, get on base, and score them. And speaking of score them, it's going to be Dom Muccia in the leadoff position. He knows how to get on base and can take a few if he'd like.
There have been 2 losses this year on the ledger for the Bayhawks. One to Holy Trinity back on March 27th. That was an 11-1 thrubbing by Holy Trinity. And then losing to Chaminade 2-1 on April 23rd. As we take a look at the season series between these 2 programs. And we remember the opening day extra inning victory that went in 10 innings. And then, of course, Holy Trinity returning the favor as well. It's the Titans, it's the Bayhawks, it's the NSCHSAA playoffs, and it's all rolling next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Madaro.
Yeso steps up and scores.
jump shot for Nell. High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
We welcome you back to Farmingdale State College. Alongside Rob Anderson, I'm John Perez, and today's game once again sponsored by Blaze Pizza. Baseball fans, Blaze Pizza is available for catering in all New York City and Long Island locations through Easy Cater. Use the QR code on the top right corner of your screen to place an order today. Well, Rob, we were talking about both of these teams earlier today, and as we get set to go, this is a team that, of course, will look to repeat in Holy Trinity. But before that, our umpires today are brought to you by the Long Island Baseball Umpires Organization. Protect the integrity of the game and be there for the kids. They offer training and teach you the mechanics to officiate the greatest game ever devised. Join the highest paid umpires in the nation at leaguelineup.com/LIBUO. Our umpires today, Mike Zoll and Joe Volpe. So, Rob, as a coach, you know that you're going through a few different seasons. There's the off season, there's the regular season, and now the postseason. And regardless of all the talent that St. Dominic's has, now they have to go out there and prove it. And for Holy Trinity, a few bumps and bruises along the way, some call-ups in the JV squad, but it's a brand new slate, and anything can happen in these playoffs, as we've seen.
And we spoke about it also before. For St. Dominic's, it's that three-headed monster pitching combination of Victor Frederick, who's on the mound today, going off to St. John's, Danny Onorato, and Luke Lang, both Iona commits. So this team can get it done on the mound. But again, we can't underestimate the ability of a team like Trinity, who's had success, like you said, some bumps in the road, but coming off a championship, know how to act. You've been there. They should be composed and ready to get this done today.
Yeah, it was really a mid-April swoon for Holy Trinity, as there you see Victor Frederick, the starting pitcher for St. Dominic. And, you know, he's not just getting it done on the mound. He's a fantastic hitter as well. When he's not pitching, he's at first base or a designated hitter, and he is hitting north of 377. He's the 16th overall player based on Perfect Game's ranking. He's the 8th best right-handed pitcher in New York State as he heads to the mound today and looks of bringing St. Dom's their first NSCHSAA title since 2009, and he's been a stud this year so far for the Bayhawks.
You said it. Frederick also, you take a look at his body type, right? He's got the wide shoulders. He's a pretty husky kid, you know, kind of built like, I'm not going to say Roger Clemens, but like one of those thicker guys for a high school athlete, and he's got a disgusting sinker, one of the best pitches he's got. And hopefully it's working for him today, and we're going to see a heck of a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, it should be a good one as he'll go against the starting 9 for Holy Trinity. And like we mentioned, a few returners from last year, but a brand new top of the order as Jaden Alvarez is the shortstop leading it off. Tyler Cook bats second. Andrew Hepner is in the hot corner batting third. Andrew Sinclair, he's been red hot as of late in the cleanup spot, the designated hitter. We met Ryan Chiz in the open. He'll man right field. Sean Atkinson out in center field, bat 6. Aiden Anello at first base. Jaden Josie out in left field. Victor Acosta gets the start on the mound. He's going to hit for himself as Christian Proveda is the second baseman. And Rob, when you go up against a player like Victor Frederick, small ball will be key today for the Titans.
Yeah, you said it. Small ball, absolutely. You don't want to get too out in front of this guy. You got to start reading the pitches out of the gate. Try to recognize the arm angles. You could take a look here. He's 4-0 and an ERA of .67 in 42 innings pitched. It's as nasty as it's going to get. You want to make contact. If he's a little off, take advantage, try to draw some walks, and once you're on the base paths, figure it out from there.
The one thing about Victor Frederick, too, is that he throws 55% of his pitches for strikes, so he's around the zone, but also his weak contact percentage is at 77%, so he'll put it over the plate, but does a good job of missing barrels. And Holy Trinity and Dan Luisi saying yesterday on the phone, we're going to hit and run if we can. We're going to play small ball. We'll also play the infield in if it's a close game in the second or third inning, as Jaden Alvarez will lead it off. And remember, this is a Holy Trinity team that winners in their last 4 games, knocking off McClancy, Luhai, and then Zavarian before their first-round playoff victory over Chaminade 4-2. And Jaden Alvarez called up to the big squad. He's only a sophomore and does a great job manning that shortstop hole and has the wheels to break any game open for Holy Trinity.
Yeah, Coach said that he was up last year with a few scrimmages, but to be a sophomore in a spot like this, what an incredible opportunity. And he's going to lead off this entire game, getting the first swings. And, John, we'll see if he's going to be looked to be aggressive at the beginning of this thing or maybe take some time and get some looks at what Frederick brings.
Frederick brings a lot, a fastball, a curveball, a changeup, and is working on a slurve as well. And somebody that really fell in love with St. John's, and that's the reason why he's going there. And Joe Fusco, his head coach, says he could pitch anywhere, and there's no problem with Fusco going to the Big Ten, the SEC, but it was a real good fit for him, and he's going to get an opportunity over in Queens. As we are set to go, Alvarez steps into the plate. It's the Bayhawks and the Titans. NSCHSAA playoffs, and it's all coming to you now. And Frederick right on cue pumps in a strike to Jaden Alvarez. He went 1 for 4 with a triple and a run scored against Chaminade. Holy Trinity knocking off the Flyers in 2 out of 3 games this year. They split the regular season series and then a 4-2 win over the Flyers. And the fastball misses just outside.
I like that he started him out with some off speed. Try to get him thinking a little bit and then attack the zone with the fastball. And a reliable fastball it is, John. Get hit over 90 miles an hour as a high school athlete.
Carved on the ground to third. First opportunity for Ray Kim. He's up with it, rifles to first. And Alvarez is retired. Let's meet the defensive alignment for St. Dominic's, as it's a really young infield with Ray Kim at third. Matt Cruz is the elder statesman. Don Mucci, freshman. Joe Galatafiore at first. And then in the outfield, Nick Vitale, Jordan Unoa, Chris Vangelatos with Tom Garrett behind the plate, and Victor Frederick on the mound as Tyler Cook steps up to the plate for the Titans.
So that inside pitch eliciting that weak grounder on the first batter. 3 pitches in and 1 away.
And the first pitch upstairs to Tyler Cook, who holds a swing, ball 1. Tyler Cook, 45th overall prospect based on Perfect Games rankings in New York State. He's the 5th best pitcher in the class of 2024. And he was a hero last year, Rob, for the Titans in their title run. Of course, big hit after big hit, including the RBI single against Jason DeCaro, who's now pitching at the University of North Carolina, and the Titans' 1-0 victory in this very round. And then Tyler Cook, the almost complete game in Game 3 of the NSCHSAA Final.
And he's off to Troy. And we'll catch up there. Good eye at the plate so far. That one pretty far outside, but a good job so far at the plate, showing some patience.
That's something that he's worked on, too. He's been very selective. This is driven out to center field, ranging back as Jordan. You know it's going to fall for a base hit and roll all the way to the wall. Tyler Cook is thinking extra bases. He's going 3 as Tyler Cook with a 1-out triple for the Titans.
And what a great job there recognizing that pitch, and he's doing a little dance ceremony over at third base. I don't know what that move was. We'll see if that's like one of those traditional, I got to hit, look at the dugout and make my move. So take a look. This one jams him a little bit, but he finds a great way of making contact inside out and puts it in the hole between center and right field, and he's off to the race after that. John, the minute that took a bounce, he was thinking 3.
Yeah, he doesn't move like a catcher. He can fly out of the box. And here's Andrew Hepner. Hepner committed to pace and takes a fastball high, 1-0.
Hepner, a big body out there, 294 batting average on the season. He's got some pop, drive-in runs, and what a great position with 1 out. Probably just thinking, let me get it in the air and drive one in.
Went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored against Chaminade. As the corners play in for St. Dom's, and the curveball drops in, 1-1.
You saw Hepner there give like a nod of approval to Frederick on that pitch. He was fooled on that one, and it fell right down the middle.
Dan Luisi says for Hepner, he's probably one of the best team guys that he's ever had. And it's one thing to be a good team guy, but not contribute at the plate. Well, Hepner's the complete package. Slammed foul out of play right side. And Frederick ahead, 1-2.
Yeah, Coach said that even when his mechanics aren't on, he still finds a way to make contact, and that's why he's batting in this 3-hole today. And again, you can't underestimate right now the situation they have here where a runner on third to get an early run against Frederick is huge.
Frederick with 60 strikeouts in the regular season. Popped up, third base side, foul territory. Ray Kim circling, battling the wind, and makes the catch, 2 away.
And John, you said that wind. There is a pretty consistent breeze out to left field right now. It's 68 degrees and should be up to 71 soon. So ideal conditions today for baseball. You see that flag in the outfield is not even moving right now. So a little bit of a wind at our back, but not much. And a big out there by Frederick.
And then you see the flag not moving, but I'll tell you what, Kim did not look comfortable right away in dealing with the swirling wind. As here's Andrew Sinclair. He's hitting .417 over his last 5 games. He'll be playing for Bridgeport at the next level. Hits it on the ground to second base, and a diving stop by Damucia. He knocks it down, and Sinclair is aboard as Tyler Cook comes in to score, and the Titans strike first on the RBI single by Sinclair.
And Andrew Sinclair will take that, perfectly placed. And on the turf, for a ball to move that slowly is not always possible, but it had a straight path being on the turf. It was hit softly and just out of the reach. And we've got ourselves a base hit as we take a look at it there. A really great effort there at second. And the run scores easily. And that dance move again.
Frederick's first pitch misses outside to Ryan Chiz for a ball.
Damucia doing a real good job ranging to his right there. Just out of his reach. I don't think he would have got him anyway, even if he got it in the glove, John. But great play there to keep it in the infield.
Yeah, he was shaded more towards right field, and yeah, that's a tough play for Muccia, but a good job of just knocking it down and keeping Sinclair at first base. As Holy Trinity with a run on the board against Victor Frederick. And the count 1-1. Ryan Chiz headed to Connecticut. He'll play for the University of St. Joseph's at the Division III level. Hitting .333 with a couple of doubles and 7 RBIs over the last 5 games. That's the most runs driven in by anybody in the lineup for the Titans. Fastball chopper. Matt Cruz, the shortstop. All in one motion to first. Scooped out by Joe Galatafiore. And that does it. But Holy Trinity strikes first. An infield RBI single for Andrew Sinclair. Gives the Titans a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the first on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Holy Trinity able to scratch a run across against Victor Frederick in the first, and now St. Dom's will come to bat as Dom Muccio will lead it off, led by Joe Fusco, and this is his starting 9 for the Bayhawks, powered by Blaze Pizza. Jordan Unoa is in center field, batting second. Matt Cruz is the shortstop, batting third. Victor Frederick in the cleanup spot. He's pitching. Tom Garrett is the catcher, batting fifth. Joe Galatafiore is at first. Ray Kim at third base. Nick Vitale in left field, batting eighth. And Chris Vangelatos out in right field for the Bayhawks, rounding out the lineup as Holy Trinity will send Victor Acosta to the mound.
And you said it, Victor Acosta there, number 23 on his back, and missed some time in the summer with a arm impingement, but take a look, really good since he's been back. 5-0 on the year.
We'll check that. These are the numbers against St. Dominic.
Against St. Dominic, correction. again, St. Dominic, he can throw. He's got a good throw. His coach just said the one thing he's concerned about is sometimes control. It's about focus. He's the ace of this staff, and he has been consistent. Just got to keep his head and make sure he's got good command of the off-speed stuff.
And so Dom Muccia, one of our impact players, only a freshman, will lead it off for the Bayhawks. And how about this as a freshman? He's hitting .369, no home runs, 4 RBIs, but 4 extra base hits as well. And attacks the first pitch back to the screen, 0-1.
And a fun little stat you managed to pick up there. At 12 years old, won the Cooperstown Home Run Derby.
Yeah, which is no easy feat. And it was interesting because I asked Fusco, what were the expectations for Muccia this year? He said, if his glove played and he hit .250, I'd be ecstatic. Well, I don't know a better word than ecstatic, but he's all smiles when he talks about Dom Muccia and the rest of this young core that he has on his team.
I'll tell you, if he's a 12-year-old up in Cooperstown, too, he's got to be a baseball family.
100%, as that pitch misses outside. And, you win a home run derby in Cooperstown. Maybe Muccia, he's only 14 years old, and, of course, he's got the whole future ahead of him. Maybe that's one of many stops to Cooperstown along the way in his baseball career.
I'm sure him and his parents wouldn't mind that.
Down the left field line, Andrew Hepner gives it a look, but it goes out of play. Well, we mentioned the wind, too, as well, Rob, but the sun will also play a factor here today at Farmingdale State.
Yeah, we're wide open here in Nassau County, Long Island, and it is a hazy day on Long Island. So we'll see how that plays out throughout this game. Right now, 2 pitches high, 2 in the zone. We'll see what Acosta brings.
And as beautiful as that image looked, the sun could be a little difficult as a swing and a miss. And down goes Muccia for the first strikeout of the afternoon. That's a fast-fired strikeout from Blaze Pizza. Join Blaze Rewards to get access to exclusive rewards and earn flames for free pizza, cheesy bread, and more. Join now at blazepizza.com or download the Blaze Pizza app in the App Store.
Love that Acosta just challenged him in the zone, used his stuff, and got that strikeout.
1 up, 1 down. Here's Jordan Yanoa. Attacks the first pitch and spoils it foul. 0-1. Jordan Yanoa hitting .222 on the year. He's headed to Oswego, the senior, returning all-league player from a year ago, where he hit .350.
Coach loves what he does on both sides of the ball. Says he's one of the best defensive players he's ever coached. So that's some high esteem there.
And to take it one step further, he said that if he could give a defensive MVP to his team, he'd give it to both Nick Vitale and Christian Vangelatos, both the left fielder and right fielder. And it just goes to show, Rob, that if the ball's in the air, and we saw Tyler Cook drive one to the gap, so that's how you're going to beat St. Dom's' outfield. But if it's up there for a long time, there's a good chance it's going to be caught.
Yeah, you said it, and it was a heck of an angle that it took to even get that ball played well off the wall. So he did a great job there. Right now, John, Acosta missing high a lot. Like, a lot of the off-speed stuff is floating up high. It's probably why there's been a lot of foul balls and weak contact. I wonder if this Dom's team's maybe a little too aggressive out of the gate.
Well, there's a wave and a miss, and the count is full. And that's true, too. And that's the one thing that Joe Fusco says with his young team is sometimes plate discipline is not what you'd expect, obviously, out of a veteran-laden squad. 3-2, it hit him. And so a one-out base runner for the Bayhawks.
So you got that hit-by pitch there. And like I said, Acosta right now, when he misses big. But when he gets it in the zone, it looks like he's got them all fooled. But if you're all over the plate like that, when they do come down the middle, unless you have extreme patience and a good eye, you're probably going to take strikes or swing through them.
So Muccia is still a little shaken up at first and will wobble it off. But, yeah, time being called.
Took it right between the numbers there. That's not a pleasant spot to get hit.
No, not at all. He's got good speed on the base paths. First pitch to Matt Cruz is a breaking ball that stays high, 1-0.
So we'll see if Acosta starts to settle down and show that ace form. And I'm sure on the bench being instructed, hey, take your time on these pitches. Make them earn them.
Count even at 1-1. Well, what a journey it's been for Matt Cruz, not just as a player, but also recruiting-wise. Last year, he verbally committed to Penn State, but a coaching change opened up his recruitment once more and had been speaking to Rutgers and fell in love with Piscataway. This one served in the air out to right field towards the line. Ryan Chiz, a long run, and it'll fall in front of him and foul. And so Cruz behind 1-2, and What's also interesting, Rob, about Matt Cruz is that he projected to be a two-way player regardless of where he went. But at Penn State, he was seen as more of an outfielder. At Rutgers, they see him as a shortstop, and that's his natural position. So it's all about the right fit at these programs.
And I love that they're all staying local. A lot of them, Rutgers not too far away from Long Island. It's a good program over there, and if they could take advantage of him in the infield and make those plays, he's proven it this year for sure.
Rolls it on the ground left side. Andrew Hepner's up with it. Goes to second for one, and they do not get the runner. Alvarez lost it on the transfer, and everybody's safe.
I didn't want to say, John, I'm not going to say it during the play, but I did not like the decision to go to second base. I get you want to get the lead runner, but you got one out. Go the easy way. Take a look at it here, and we'll see exactly what went on. A nice jump there by Yanoa, and he gets in. And it gets dropped at second base. But I think he beat it anyway, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it was a close play at second. That's Christian Proveda as Dan Luisi talking to Joe Volpe. And so Cruz reaches on the fielder's choice.
I don't know what there is to talk about, to be quite honest with you. The guy dropped it. He's on the bag. He didn't get interfered with. It was a clean slide. We take a look now.
It's only a matter of the transfer. I think that's what he's asking about. But that's not the typical transfer that you would see out of a 5-4-3 double play. So Luisi at least gets his money's worth and now heads back to the dugout, and a prime opportunity for the Bayhawks. And arguably their most complete hitter, Victor Frederick, stepping up to the plate with runners on first and second and one down. And Holy Trinity holding on to a 1-0 lead early on.
There was no transfer. If he would have stepped off the bag, you could see a transfer. But that thing, he had a little trouble with it. It was down low. Good call there by umpire Volpe.
Victor Frederick hitting .377 on the year, 3 extra base hits, and 15 RBIs. With the runner at second, Cruz off of first. And the 1-0 sprays on the outer half, 1-1. That was the thing about Victor Acosta in his first outing against St. Dom's. He just pounded the zone and basically told St. Dom's, make my day. And they did not. Hit right back to the mound. Acosta flips to second for one. The shortstop Alvarez to turn, a double play. And the side is retired. So Acosta works around the hit by pitch and fielder's choice. 1 inning in the books. 1-0 Holy Trinity on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Well, Holy Trinity tried for a double play not once but twice last inning, Rob Anderson, and they were able to turn it. This one a little bit easier. Acosta to Alvarez to Anello.
You said it, and a beautiful transition there, getting it into the hand, throwing it over to first base. You got to feel good making a play like that after dropping the one prior. So a beautiful way to get out of the inning, and some solid pitching there by Acosta to get nothing but really pretty weak contact that first inning.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, too, when your team gives you a run against the bona fide ace of the league, as Frederick was tagged for a triple by Tyler Cook, and then Andrew Sinclair's infield single made it 1-0 Holy Trinity, as it'll be 6-7-8 due up for the Titans, and Sean Atkinson will lead it off against Victor Frederick. And at least in that first inning, Rob, you could see that the velocity was there, but not exactly the weak contact either, as everybody put the ball in play. Frederick, a guy that can rack up the strikeouts, but Holy Trinity got the bats around.
Yeah, and it's early in the game, and, sometimes I'm sure Frederick trying different things. He's got to make sure he's got good command of all the breaking stuff. The good thing about him, though, is that if the breaking stuff isn't working, his fastball can beat anybody in this league.
There's Sean Atkinson, the center fielder, and two-way player as well. Atkinson doing a great job to close out the state finals last year. Holy Trinity last year 17-7 overall. They knocked off Chaminade in 3 games in the NSCHSAA, then pushed across St. Peter's in the state semifinals before knocking off St. Francis out of Hamburg in upstate New York. And the first pitch hits Atkinson, so a leadoff runner for the Titans.
Both pitchers now getting even there. I'm sure that's not by design. This isn't the major leagues, but tough one. First pitch puts a runner on base, and another prime position here for Trinity to get something started. Atkinson, an infielder, outfielder, pitcher. See if he's going to try to take some leads over there and move.
Well, here's Aiden Anello, and an interesting spot for Anello because he's got a lot of power, but he's been struggling recently. 2 strikeouts and 3 at-bats against Chaminade as he finished 0 for 3. But Dan Luisi set a lot of small balls, so St. Dom's is expecting the bunt here for Anello. He squares, it goes to the backstop, and Atkinson will go to second. A wild pitch by Frederick, and Holy Trinity with another runner in scoring position.
And now if they squares up for that bunt, it's got a whole different implication. If he can get it down the first base line, move that runner over to third instead of second, and Trinity's cooking with fire again.
Yeah, Robin, that's what I was going to ask you. Your thoughts on bunting with less than 2 outs and a runner in scoring position against a pitcher like Frederick. Pro, con, what do you see it?
In this situation with Josie at the plate, if he's got a good control of it, I would try to knock it down first base.
Well, Anello swings and misses, yeah.
You got to like that too, though. Be aggressive and honestly make Frederick earn it. A little wild to start this one out. The hit by pitch and the wild pitch.
Remember, Holy Trinity, if there's anything for Dan Luisi and a credo to a team, is that he's never had a team that's been intimidated by who's on the mound. We saw that last year with DeCaro, John Carroll as well. He paints the outside corner, and I think Frederick is no different.
No, not at all. And what do you? It's interesting that they gave him the swing sign on the first one, and now he squared up the bunt the second time in Nello. So, I mean, Josie, now he's got no choice. He's got to take a cut.
No, you got it. Josie's on deck, Anello behind in the count 1-2 as Atkinson, the runner in scoring position, and a 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity. Rocking the fire, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's a fast-fired strikeout from Blaze Pizza. At Blaze Pizza, it's the best place to grab a fast-fired pizza made with delicious ingredients of over 30 toppings to choose from, homemade salads, lemonades, and decadent desserts on the menu, with offerings for gluten-free, keto, and vegan options of any craving. At Blaze Pizza, there's no wrong way to play. King-size strikeout for Victor Frederick as this brings up Jalen Josie, another call-up for Holy Trinity.
So now the 8-9 hitter in the lineup here, Jalen Josie and Victor Acosta.
Fastball hit on the ground to second. Muccia charges and skips it over to first.
But that will move the runner over, so they are in a familiar situation here. Last time it was 1 out, but twice, 2 innings in a row, John, they've got a runner over at third base against Frederick.
And so now Victor Acosta can help his own cause with that all-important second run just 90 feet away.
Control, very important right now for Frederick. He doesn't want anything getting away.
And this one lined up the middle. It's a base hit. And Victor Acosta gives himself some run support as Atkinson comes in to score. 2-0 Titans.
And, John, that's a beautiful piece of hitting right there by Acosta to go first pitch swinging and recognize that one was just laid right down the middle. And he hits it right back down the middle into center field. And, like you said, it helps his own cause as we get another look at it. John, it's a beautiful swing. Perfect swing out of the 9-hole there.
And so Acosta gets the base hit and then is lifted for the courtesy runner, Alex Way, the sophomore.
And we're back to the top of the order now. Jaden Alvarez. And that hit by pitch now coming back to haunt St. Dom's.
Yeah, already 2 runs on the board against Victor Frederick. Way with good speed off of first. And that skips off the glove of Garrett, goes to the backstop, and another free 90 feet for the Titans.
And I wonder right now if, you know, this is a big spot. It's a big spot for Frederick. You know, can he find that control again? Is it just this can build up on you mentally as an athlete, especially in this game. It's cerebral. 2 wild pitches this inning and a hit by pitch. Very uncharacteristic.
And I think that's the thing, too. As an ace, you're already putting a ton of pressure on yourself. You're getting the Game 1 start in the playoffs. And imagine for Frederick, he's going to battle through those emotions at least the first few innings of this ballgame.
And a lot of innings left, but Trinity looking like a team that's been here right now. Patient, doing what they got to do, got through the order so far.
Alvarez 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out. And a curveball sweeps away, 2-0.
I got to think right now, Frederick really should not be concerned with the runner at second. Keep him honest, look back, but he's got to worry about the guy at the dish.
Alex Way takes his lead off of second as Frederick needs a strike. 2-0 coming. That one slashed down the right field line, dipping fast, just foul. That had trouble written all over it, Rob.
Yeah, Alvarez knew he ran with his bat down the line, but a good little inside-out swing going the opposite way. And that foul territory, decent out here for a college field. And it just curves out of play.
Well, that's the one good thing about now playoff baseball is that there's no nooks and crannies at these college stadiums. Of course, games being played here at Farmingdale State and Hofstra. The finals will be on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And a 2-1 coming to Alvarez. And it's in there for a strike, and 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good pitch there. Alvarez laying off. The other thing I like that Coach said is that the team had confidence in Alvarez as a sophomore coming up. They said this kid can play. So it's got to be nice as a young man to get the support of your teammates and your coach.
He said that Alvarez does things as a 15-year-old that most 17-year-olds can't comprehend. Number 11th ranked shortstop in the class of 2026. Runner goes, curveballs in the dirt. Garrett throws it into left field, and Way makes the turn. He's headed home. The return throw from Vitale is cut off. And Alex Way on the stolen base, and the error by Garrett gives Holy Trinity a 3-0 lead.
And this inning is just an unfortunate series of events right now. As you take a look, the ball not easily played. It skipped out of the zone, would have been a ball, and then just that errant throw, releasing it too quickly. Alvarez did a good job getting out of his way. I don't know what happened there, just kind of floated out of the hands of Garrett. But a throw like that now might start giving them more confidence on the bases.
Almost as if Garrett was surprised that he was running and made the decision to throw it.
But in an inning like this, when a pitch is wild, run. Go for it.
And misses downstairs. Ball 4.
I mean, I love the idea of the coach calling that play there. You got a pitcher that's been bouncing him, throwing him. He's a little wild right now. Put more pressure on him. This is what you do. This is a big spot now.
Huge spot for both teams, especially Tyler Cook, who tripled in the right center field gap and came around to score.
Does Alvarez go? Why not? One of the faster players on this team also.
A couple of stolen bases over his last 5 games. Not going on the first pitch, and a curveball pounded foul. 0-1.
You definitely don't want to take the bat out of Tyler Cook's hand, especially if you rope that triple in the first inning. First RBI on the board for Trinity. But Alvarez could get cooking for Cook and get himself over to second base. They've had runners in scoring position a few times so far, 3 times, and have made good on him.
And including that triple, Cook is now hitting .333 over his last 6 games. He's driven in 6 runs. Runner goes on the 0-1. Curveball's in the dirt. Snap throw by Garrett, not in time. On the backup by Muccia, and Drayden Alvarez has the second stolen base against Victor Frederick.
I'm a fan of this Trinity baseball right now, John. I do like it. Got to be aggressive. And the pitch, I got to be honest, Garrett did a good job there. The pitch was outside, a fantastic jump. Pitch was outside and bounced, handled well, and a tough tag there. Would have been beaten anyway, but a better throw by Garrett, trying to handle a ball in the dirt. And that's another one in the dirt by Frederick. Bounced a few today, uncharacteristic of him.
You have to wonder how long the leash is for Victor Frederick, especially with the depth of pitchers that St. Dominic's has, and specifically Luke Lang. 1-1 pitch. Slizzer's outside. It's 2-1.
Yeah, John, this is something I said to you earlier. If the off-speed stuff is that far off, just lean on that fastball. Kid's got an arm. Just get it over the plate right now. This is building so much confidence in these runners, hitters. You don't want that. The Trinity team's done this.
Another duck on the pond for Holy Trinity. As Tyler Cook's ahead in the count, 2-1. Here's the pitch, and it misses outside. Count 3-1.
Got to think there's going to be a walk to the mound if he loses this one. Just check in on him and remind him of the goal today and his ability.
Comes a 3-1. And 3-2.
Looked like Cook was sitting fastball right there and fouled it back. But so far, John, again, 3 runners in scoring position, 3 have come across, and Frederick really trying to make sure that the 4th one stays out there.
Cook's done a good job of cutting down on the strikeouts this year, although his average has decreased, but he puts the ball in play and putting pressure on the team's opposing defenses. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, already 2 runs home in the top of the 2nd inning, and a 3-0 lead for the defending state champions.
Frederick stepping off there, maybe just trying to, I think, regroup himself. He didn't look at second. He just kind of took a minute. As now the umpire calls time.
This inning started with a hit by pitch to Sean Atkinson, an error into left field by Tom Garrett off his throw. Chasing 2 runs home for Holy Trinity. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball down and away, ball 4. Second straight walk issued by Frederick. And now runners on first and second with 2 outs for Andrew Hepner.
So a little bit of gamesmanship back and forth there. I kind of like that Cook said, you're going to make me wait. I'm going to step out and make you wait, make you think a little bit. And now they're up at the mound. Garrett out there to speak to Victor Frederick. We can see that.
Yeah, and Fusco is going to go out there as well. And Fusco taking over the program a few years ago. Of course, coaches one of the top travel teams in all of Long Island, if not New York State. And he's a guy that is not afraid to push his players at that and sometimes give strong heart-to-hearts. And I can't read his lips, but the body language here is pretty telling.
You got to get him on John Boy, I guess. But, yeah, it was predictable that he would walk out if he lost that one over there. And, you know, I think it's just tell the kid, like, listen, you can do this. You're one of the best. Like, get in there, throw strikes. He's all over the place right now. And it's heartbreaking, to be honest with you. You're watching one of your best pitchers up there, and he's really, really struggling right now. And this Trinity offense taking pitches and this Trinity offense running on the bags, not making it comfortable for him.
Alvarez, the runner at second. Cook off of first. Andrew Hepner, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Skies the first pitch. Third base side, foul territory. Here comes Ray Kim diving, and he can't make the play as he got tripped up.
Tough break there for Kim. You know, that was on the field. I thought it was going to miss or hit the net. No net at that point of the field. But a tough one. It literally just about 2 inches out of his reach as he pulled up before the field.
You know, it's not exactly the Oakland Coliseum, but there's a lot of foul ground, at least on the infield here.
Yeah, lots of space. And that was playable, and that would have been the second pop-up. So you know Hepner really wants to try to dig in and help his team here.
Chopped foul, third base side. Count 0-2.
Jammed up inside right now, and Frederick hopefully finds himself and is able to get out of this inning. Hepner probably having other plans.
And that's something that's new for Hepner. With 2 strikes, he'll choke up on the bat. Just trying to keep the ball in play. Rock and fire with the 0-2. Tried to sneak in a curveball there, and Hepner was waiting on it.
And that's 2 pitches a row jamming Hepner. And I'm trying to let his stance pretty close to the plate. So those have fallen in as strikes. I don't know. Getting jammed up that much, they got the book on you. Maybe take it back a half a step. He's right over the plate. His hand's right over the plate when he sets up.
0-2 to Andrew Hepner, the senior, headed to pace. 0-2. Foul tipped into the glove of Garrett. Strike 3. But Holy Trinity scores twice in the inning. And they lead at 3-0 going to the bottom of the second on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching Varsity Media, the premier high school sports network in New York.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Victor Acosta now with a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. As he was able to induce 2 ground balls, got a double play to end the first inning. As it'll be the middle of the order, due up for the Bayhawks. Tom Garrett will start it off for the Bayhawks. And the one thing that we noticed last inning was that Victor Frederick was all over the place, couldn't locate with his off-speed pitches, and that really was his undoing. A wild pitch, pass balls as well. And Holy Trinity, with their experience, able to take advantage.
I agree with you 100%. You kind of see that they look confident, and you got to love, too. I mean, you hate to say it, but the guy on the mound started the whole thing with that beautiful base hit. So a really tough spot there for Frederick, but Acosta coming in there knowing he's got an RBI today, and he came around to score, responsible for 2 of the runs out of the 3 on the scoreboard so far.
Yeah, that RBI single made it 3-0 as Tommy Garrett steps up to the place. The senior headed to Stack. 259 on the year. And if you remember on the Varsity Media Sports Network, Stack had the walk-off RBI single to the left in that 10-inning affair. 2-1 victory for St. Dom's over at Center Mauritius. And just a great opening day festivity for the NSCHSAA. Sprays it foul. And Acosta ahead, 0-2.
Mixing the pitches up so far as Acosta off speed and then challenging with the fastball. And John, that damage, a lot of it done with 2 outs last inning.
You're right, there was a hit by pitch, but Frederick was able to get a strikeout and a ground out. But then Acosta poked it into center field. And that just prolongs the inning because then back-to-back walks and driving up that pitch count for Victor Frederick. On the ground to short. Alvarez fires to first in time, and it's one thing about Alvarez, he's got a cannon.
I was just about to say, it fire to first is exactly what you saw in my mouth. Slow roller, and he took 2 steps towards it, didn't exactly charge in on it, but my goodness, what a gun. You don't need to charge it when you got an arm like that.
Yeah. Andrew Hepner, the third baseman, appreciates that too because Alvarez is able to cover so much ground. One away for Joe Galatafiore, who takes a strike, 0-1. And there is Alvarez, and like we mentioned, he does things that 15-year-olds can do that most upperclassmen can't do. And Acosta's feeling it. He's added the count 0-2 to Galatafiore. 283 on the year, 3 extra base hits, and 13 RBIs.
And I got to say, too, not just the arm strength, but he fired, I think, for a strike. It was on a clothesline. I wouldn't hit it to shortstop today.
And it just misses. Count 2-2.
A lot of space up the middle right now if you look at how they're set up defensively. Shortstop and second playing pretty far off the bag.
Out of the windup, the 2-2. That misses just outside.
Yeah, that ball just broke out of the zone. Looked like it was going to hit, and a good job showing patience there by Galatafiore.
Galatafiore, a junior. And takes outside, ball 4.
Good patience. Maybe try to get something going for this St. Dom's team. But I think the most impressive one was laying off that second to last pitch tough one to lay off of. That one way out of the zone.
So Acosta with his first walk issued, and that brings up the freshman Ray Kim.
So Joey G at first has stolen a few bases this year. Not a ton, but can steal one. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, 3 for 4 on the base paths this year. As Kim takes outside, 1-0.
I mean, you want to be somewhat conservative, but I don't know if you're that conservative in the second inning. Maybe put the pressure on Acosta that was put on Frederick.
Well, Tyler Cook's got a good arm behind the plate. Runner not going, and that fastball on the outer half, 1-1.
And that's a fair point, John. He is one of the best catchers out there, so you'd have to think twice.
And Cook, of course, projecting to be a catcher at Troy. You'll see a lot of players, and particularly with St. John's, where they're projecting in the next game, too, with Kellenberg. They'll play one position in high school, but because of their summer team and their evaluators at the next level looking to move to other positions. But Cook is a catcher. Here comes a 2-1. Lifted foul out of play, 2-2.
So far, first inning, Acosta, and just there, he does fall behind sometimes, but like right after he throws one that's pretty errant, he throws like a nice pitch and makes it difficult for the hitters.
2-2. Kim lays off, 3-2.
So that one down and out. Most of them missing outside so far when he does miss. And we'll see if Acosta just challenges him with the fastball, make him swing.
Runner not going. There's a wave and a miss. And a big strikeout for Acosta. 2 away.
He's looking real good, John. I'm impressed with Acosta so far. Again, he had the hit by pitch in the last inning and the drop ball. Got out of that jam, and look at that beauty. That thing just dipped outside of the zone a little bit. Bottom fell out, and Kim got fooled.
I'll bring up Nick Vitale, the junior. 2 extra base hits, 7 RBIs on the season. Check swing, looper, foul, right side. 0-1.
Vitale can hit the ball with some power, according to coach, but when he gets on the ball, when he gets on the bases, rather, he can fly. Acosta keeping him honest over there.
And what's interesting about St. Dominic's is that you would think with their pitchers that they would be in a lot of close games, and by close games, I mean low-scoring close games, 3-2, 2-1, and they have been, but there's been times, too, where St. Dom's has just thrown the first punch, throw up a few crooked numbers, and then next thing you know, you're up 6 or 7-0, and your ace is shoving.
Hopefully not a situation like that today.
Well, it's been the exact opposite.
Right.
And where Holy Trinity has been able to keep the line moving, and they're the beneficiary of a 3-0 lead, and Acosta 1 out away from getting through his first 2 innings unscathed.
I think the killer, too, about the runs, John, is that a lot of them unforced, hit by pitches, errors.
Yeah, that's got to be the most frustrating part, and probably something that Fusco said in that mound visit is you're hurting yourself.
Yeah. And you know what, too? Sometimes, I mean, at least me as a coach, we know who our pressure players are. Go blame the other guys. I'm not even. It's a strategy I use sometimes. My keeper lets up a bad goal. I yell at the defender and tell him later, hey, I got to keep my guy locked in, you know?
That curveball's so close, just missing, and the count's run full to Nick Vitale.
Yeah, you said that was a close one there for Vitale, and with 2 outs, you're going to see Joey G running.
Anello still holding him on. The pitch is up and in, and a 2-out walk puts runners on first and second for Christian Vangelatos.
So the bottom of the order getting on base. And Acosta did pitch himself out of adversity last time. It was a beautiful 6-4-3 double play that ended the first inning. And Vangelatos, typically more of a defensive player, and there'll be a walk over to the mound. And this is probably a strategy talk. Coach Dan Luisi maybe talking about how they want to field this and how they want to set up on the field. I don't think he's too worried with Acosta at the moment. 2 walks in the inning, but a K and a weak grounder.
Yeah, so maybe just, like you said, calm me down as pitcher, but Vangelato's a big out as well, because then you start next inning with the leadoff hitter as opposed to giving Dom Muccia an opportunity with the bases loaded potentially.
Oh, there's no doubt. Coach said know who you pitch him to. This is the 9-hitter. Challenge him. They haven't had any good contact off you yet. And this is the guy that, in theory, shouldn't have the most contact on you. Anything's possible, because we saw that when Acosta in the 9-hole got the RBI.
Might be a few insects around Acosta as he was stabbing at him away. Here's the first pitch, and that's down, and that's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Vangelatos, hitting .250 on the year. 4 extra base hits and 14 RBIs. Joe Fusco says that Vangelatos, if he could have an MVP for the outfield, it would be either him or Vitale, but as he strokes this one into right field, it's down for a base hit. Joe Galatafiore rounds third. Here comes the throw from Chiz. It's cut off. Throw back to second, not in time. An RBI single by the number 9 hitter, Christian Vangelatos, and St. Thomas is on the board. It's 3-1.
Well, I guess challenging him didn't work out too much, but the 9 hitters getting it done today as Vangelatos with the inside-out swing dunks it over the second baseman's head. You get another look here. And that pitch was just in a great spot. He held off on the swing, timed it a little late, went opposite way, and he didn't have to put much on it. Just dink it in there, and cutoff was probably smart because there wasn't much velocity on it. Looked like it was a strike to the plate, but smart to cut it off and go to second.
Muccia swings through the first pitch, breaking ball, 0-1. Muccia struck out swinging his first time up against Victor Acosta. And now pops it up, center of the diamond. Acosta looks like he wants to play it himself, but then Hepner to the third baseman comes in, and the side is retired. Christian Vangelatos puts the Bayhawks on the board. Through 2 innings, a 3-1 lead for Holy Trinity on the Varsity Media Sports Network. The Long Island Fieldhouse is the premier training destination on Long Island, featuring indoor and outdoor facilities that are 15,000 square feet with a multi-purpose field good for all sports. Take your game to the next level, featuring 12 batting cages, 6 pitching mounds, baseball, softball hack machines, featuring the latest tech like Swing Catalyst Analysis, Hit Tracks, and Rapsodo Pro. And when you're done in the lab, you can head to the classroom for your studies. Located in Hauppauge, visit lifieldhouse.com for more information.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Let us cater your next pizza party, school event, or even on-site business meeting. Use the QR code on the screen or simply put in your address at the top of the page to select Blaze Pizza nearest to you, and we'll do the rest. From guiding you through how much food to order to securely taking your payment and arranging a delivery professional, feeding your group just got a whole lot easier with Blaze Pizza. 3-1 the lead for Holy Trinity as we go to the top of the third inning. Andrew Sinclair, the designated hitter, he opened up the scoring with an infield RBI single in the first inning. Holy Trinity was able to put again 2 runs on the board against Victor Frederick. And now the future Purple Knight digs in against Frederick.
1 for 1 today with a single. Left out on base in that first inning. Sinclair, strong body type, and Coach said he really worked hard to get in shape and get stronger in the offseason, and now he's a cleanup hitter here.
Sinclair hitting over 400 over his last 6 games, and someone that's got a lot of pop and will translate to the next level, Division II. And Bridgeport, of course, now in the CACC, moving from the ECC. And that one fisted foul off to the right side. Well, we knew that Victor Frederick might not have as long a leash, and Joe Fusco already dipping into his second ace, and there is Danny Honorado, the Iona commit. And the 53rd ranked right-handed pitcher out of New York State, already warming up for the Bayhawks. Not necessarily an elimination game. This is a double elimination tournament. As Sinclair strokes it out to shallow right in foul territory. Galatafiore makes the catch, one away.
The right move here, I think, for sure. You don't want to have Frederick out there and shake any more confidence. Get yourself in the best position if his stuff isn't working today. You definitely want to go into the bullpen. But, John, we spoke about this in that 11-2 game. It was a scenario where they had to go to 2 starters when they lost 11-1 to this Trinity team. So I'm sure not the best situation where you want to be getting in there to your second starter. Only 2 innings in.
Oh, and Frederick, a hiccup against Kellenberg on May 7th, only lasted 3 1/3 as he gave up 3 runs on 6 hits and 4 strikeouts. But this one skied in the air. Center of the diamond, Matt Cruz. 2 away.
All right, so good job. 2 weak pop-ups. And if they can get out of this inning with Frederick, it's a big plus. Looked like Chiz was just really wanted to hit right there. Swung at one a little over his sight line.
2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Sean Atkinson. Hit by a pitch and came around to score last inning against Frederick.
Challenge Atkinson with that fastball out of the gate, right down the middle.
We're starting to see, at least through the first 2 batters, the vintage Victor Frederick. It's a hair outside, 1-1.
So, John, I know a lot of times you ask me, but if he gets out of this inning with just so far like maybe 6 pitches, do you keep him in?
I don't see why not, especially, like we said, it's not an elimination game, but if you can avoid using Honorado for 4 or 5 innings today, I think you do that. And I think Frederick has probably earned the right to go as far as he can. That's just a tad outside. The other school of thought is that Holy Trinity only scored 3 runs, and you're now given, the final 5 innings, and you're the home team to score 2 more runs to at least try and tie it up. And that has to be the assignment for Frederick. If he could just keep it at a 3-1 game, he'll be cooking. Another pop-up, foul territory. Ray Kim, a long way to run, slides, and can't make the catch. And Kim is one of the faster infielders in the Catholic League, but there's just a lot of foul ground here, and the ball never stood up.
Yeah, there is, and I think he read it a little late. It wasn't that high, and he's been having a little trouble with the turf. And I think even, like you said, kind of learning how much foul territory he actually has to deal with. So you got to make those big runs. We've seen it over in right field twice, a couple times down the third baseline. An adjustment you definitely have to make on the field game day.
3-2 pitch. Out into shallow left center field. Ranging over is Jordan Yanoa, and he comes together with Nick Vitale. And the side is retired as Yanoa makes the catch. Victor Frederick has his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. 3-1 Holy Trinity going to the bottom of the 3rd on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network.
The Long Island Baseball Umpires Organization needs you. There is a shortage of umpires, and our kids need you now more than ever. LIBO offers classroom and on-the-field training, teaching you the mechanics to make those good calls. And we are the highest paid umpires in the country. Make a difference in your community and join us today at leaguelineup.com/LIBUO.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Today's game is being live streamed on Perfect Game TV. From youth ball through college, watch the stars of tomorrow today. And download the free mobile app and take us with you wherever you go with great documentary content. Over 100 live games a year. Perfect Game TV is the home of amateur baseball. St. Dominic's, of course, having a ton of talent on their roster as well. Joe Fusco, the head coach for it as well. And we already mentioned Frederick and Cruz, but Luke Lang and Danny O also on those ranking lists.
Yeah, Luke Lang, a fantastic pitcher. He's number 174 in New York State. And Honorado also, another big arm. So that's your three-headed monster for this St. Dominic's team, John. And I hope Frederick goes in there and gets another inning.
I don't see why not, as Jordan Yanoa, who was hit by a pitch, his first bat, stranded at second. And the count 2-0. St. Tom's able to break through against Acosta last inning. RBI single by Christian Vangelatos. As he served it to right, chased home Joe Galatafiore.
2 walks by Acosta in that last inning, so control, a little bit of issue for both pitchers so far. Hit by pitch, both pitchers hit the batters today.
Both with a couple of walks as well. And I'd have to say, with the exception of the Tyler Cook triple in the gap, not a lot of hard contact either.
No, some clean contact by the Trinity offense, some good hits, but yeah, not a lot of solid contact.
And hits the inside corner. Yanoa thought he had ball 4 and has to go back. Count 3-2.
The umpire Carl there staring him down the whole way.
Yeah,
He showed up a little bit.
Mike Zoll behind the plate. So driven out to center field. Sean Atkinson, can of corn, 1 down.
So getting it up in the air, Wynn not playing any kind of factor again in this game so far. So thinking that he had the walk and gets a cut, it gets a little bit too much under it, and that's a fly out to center field as Matt Cruz comes in. He was on first earlier with a fielder's choice, misplay at second base.
And could change the complexion of an inning because it's obviously different if Cruz is representing the tying run or if you've got a runner aboard. But as Holy Trinity will take it, base is empty for Cruz. Up the middle, skips off the foot of Acosta, who stays with it, underhands to first, and Cruz is retired. What a play by Acosta.
Dude, that's a beauty of a play. Acosta helping his cause every which way. On the mound, getting the outs, getting the hit, and my goodness, take a look at this one, folks. The grounder hit fairly sharply up the middle, hits off the foot of Acosta, but the wherewithal to follow it on the turf, pick up that bounce, and make the play to first, and that turf certainly helped him out there.
100%. Dan Luisi goes out there to check on his pitcher, who just be dealing with a sting. And there you see holding the right foot. I'm sure I'll get some warm-up pitches as well.
You don't like that he's limping right now. He looks like he's in some pain. A little grimace there. You hope it was the foot, the cleat, not the ankle.
Yeah.
It would be very unfortunate if this young man is not able to pitch. He's having a heck of a game again. An RBI, a run scored, a beautiful play just now defensively.
Yeah, it looks like it hit the side of his foot.
Yeah, tough to tell exactly what, but it looked like it was the his back foot that he pushes off of.
Right. So a big moment here as the trainer finally comes out. And not sure if he's... We'll get a look at it now, and I don't have a medical degree. I don't know what you can do with him not sitting down and taking off the cleat and working on it. It's always funny with trainers, right? And obviously she's doing her job, but it's always funny. They like to touch the area where it hurts. Like, does it hurt here? Yes, right where I'm pointing at.
But one of the things they do tell us as coaches, too, is never take off the cleat. Because if there's going to be swelling once that cleat's off, it blows up. So
Right.
they try to keep it on as long as possible. But again, it's the one he's pushing off. I don't know what's worse, the one you land on or the one you push off of. He's giving a thumbs up, and he looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's going to retie his shoes, too. So you're right. If they're saying don't take off your spike and try and reduce the swelling, well, maybe he's tightening up his lace or what have you. But Victor Acosta, for the time being, ready to go.
Maybe something we can find out later, too, if there's any kind of real damage and he's hanging in this game.
So a nice ovation for Victor Acosta, who deals to Victor Frederick. As Frederick slams it foul out of play, 0-1.
They challenged him with a pretty pitch there, so shaking it off at the mound as we get a look at Frederick.
Yeah, Frederick grounded into that 1-6-3 double play, shoots it right back up the middle, and Frederick's got his first hit of the day.
He says, Acosta, if you can do it, I can do it too. And he gets a base hit, and he's on first, hoping to get his team in a spot to put another one across and get this game a little bit closer, 3-1.
And so Victor Frederick gets lifted for Peter Kokoros, the senior at first base.
Nello holding him on, smacking into his glove a little bit, trying to keep him close.
This brings up Tom Garrett. Runner goes on the first pitch. The hit and run is on. It's served into left field for a base hit. So right on cue, Tom Garrett slaps it the other way. And the Bayhawks with a couple of runners on and 2 down for Joe Galatafiore.
And a beautiful piece of hitting there, John, as the runner was going, either a hit and run called or a stolen base, regardless, got the wheels going. And that one looked like it was just a little bit inside. He jams it the other way for a clean base hit. And Garrett gets the runner over to second base in scoring position.
So an opportunity for the Bayhawks to tie this game up as Joe Galatafiore takes low for ball 1.
And John, really played well too by Jalen Josie out in left field to make sure that the runner didn't even think about going to third, even though it was hit to that side.
Good rip at a fastball, count 1-1. Josie's got a plus arm out in left field, and it's a good job coming up throwing. Kokoros off of second, Garrett off of first. Victor Acosta, wounded ankle and all. Trying to work his way through the third. Line drive, pops out of the glove of Hepner. His play is only to first, fires in time. Andrew Hepner stays with it and gets Holy Trinity through the inning. What a play by Hepner. As we go to the fourth, 3-1 Titans on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Preference, please.
What kind of sauce can I get you, David?
Thank you.
Everything all right?
All right. Eric, how's it going over
Ron,
here?
going great. Going great. How's your first day going, man?
Feels great.
Let Fernando know about our sauces. Remember the
we got
training?
spicy sauce, we got regular sauce, we got pesto sauce.
Yep.
I mean, I love spicy sauce, but might not be a spicy guy, so.
Okay, Ron, we got a Ron and a Ron.
We got a Ron, right? Oh, that's a Ron and a Ron?
We got a Ron and a Ron.
How you doing, Ron? I'm Ron.
Namesake,
Nice to meet
Ron,
you.
good to see you.
I am headed to my next job. Yeah. So
Okay.
you can take over from now.
Okay.
You got it? Hey, B, enjoy your pie, man.
Thanks, Ron.
All right.
Yep.
Selfie with Ron. Selfie time with Ron. Great place to come for your lunch break.
LeBron James legit loves Blaze, and his ownership of 19 franchise locations reflects his passion for their make-your-own pizza concept. LeBron is a part owner and endorser of Blaze Pizza. Go to the fourth inning. Pretty play by Andrew Hepner to close out the bottom of the third inning as Victor Frederick back out on the mound. The ace for the Bayhawks was roughed up through his first 2 innings, but now throwing back-to-back goose eggs. And let's take another look at the play by Hepner to stay with it.
Yeah, took a little knuckleball on him, and he dropped it, but then a quick throw over to first base, and that left side of the infield can hurl the ball, I'll tell you that much. LeBron James would be proud.
Yeah, I'd say so. Legit. As Victor Frederick throwing up back-to-back scoreless innings. And here's the play as a whole. It was a line drive that Hepner just dropped and stood with him.
Yeah, really nice job. Just getting to knees, keeping the ball in front of him, always important. And don't take away from that stab at first base. Good little stretch, scooping it out of the dirt. And an excellent job there to make that play across. And Andrew Sinclair, tip of the hat. Correction, Aiden Anello.
And it is that first baseman, Aiden Anello, to lead off the top half of the fourth inning.
So So something to watch, too, is to see if Acosta's okay, if he comes out next inning.
Well, some action stirring in the Holy Trinity bullpen as Andrew Nanello takes a strike, 0-1, and there is Ryan Chiz warming up. A few two-way players for Holy Trinity, and because they have a ton of two-way players and not just pitchers out there, their fielders have to warm up in between innings, and sometimes that takes away from their preparation at the plate. And Chiz, one of the latest installments to do that for Dan Luisi.
And Luisi really happy that Frederick got out of that inning so he didn't have to go to Honorado. If Frederick couldn't get out of that inning, they probably would have needed Honorado for a longer period of time, but now this enables him to get Chiz in the bullpen as Frederick looks to go deeper into the game.
Yeah, it's his third strikeout of the ball game, and that'll bring up Jalen Josie. Take another look at the strikeout as Frederick uses his off-speed stuff.
Yeah, bottom just fell out there and fooled Anello.
And so here's Jalen Josie, takes a first pitch strike on the outer half, 0-1. And at least for right now, Victor Acosta is on deck, so we'll see if he actually goes up there and hits or if there's a decoy play. But either way, Acosta is on deck right now as the ball glides outside. Count 1-1, and there is Acosta.
Good news for that young man and good news for the team because he's having a heck of a day so far.
Yeah, had the RBI single that made it 2-0. And his run, Alex Way was the courtesy runner, came home. As this is up the middle, and Jalen Josie slaps a one-out single to right center. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Acosta.
And Josie's got wheels over at first. We saw that earlier. Not the guy you want on base. So we'll see if they continue to put pressure on the base paths on Garrett and Frederick. The battery so far, no success on the steals.
Well, so Rob, one other thing too, and we know that Acosta can swing the bat. The one positive is that you would only have to worry about him on the mound if you're concerned about his ankle because he'll be lifted for a courtesy runner, regardless if he was 100% or 10% on that ankle. We'll see if there's a bunting situation, not bunting, and fastball upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, maybe a hit and run. See what happens here, but Acosta did lace a beauty in his first at bat. And stole third. Forgot about that. What did he not do today?
Well, that was Alex Way who came on, and Garrett threw it into left field. Runner not going, and a good stop by Garrett. 2-0.
But it was his hit that made that steal possible. So, like, really just, like, almost contributing everywhere. And you'll probably see Way again if he gets on base. Frederick struggling the most with runners on base.
Out of the stretch again, the 2-0. Right down Broadway, 2-1.
That looked like it was a take all the way after the first two balls. Josie pretty tight to the bag. Really not taking much of a lead over at first.
Fusco would love to get Frederick at least through 4. Throw over to first, and Josie was leaning, but able to dive back in.
Yeah, a little slip on the turf, which we've seen a few times today. Maybe everybody getting used to playing on this Farmingdale field. A couple of cleat jams so far.
Shows bunt, taps it right back to the mound. Frederick calls off Garrett, and then slides it over to first. Successful sacrifice, 1-3. As down goes Acosta, Josie moves over to second. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, J.J. Alvarez.
Yeah, very pretty bunt. Put it down to the left side. And at one point, I thought maybe even had a chance of getting down to first base, but played well. And sack bunt moves the runner into scoring position. Spot that Trinity's been familiar with today. And they've got Jaden Alvarez back at the top of the order up. And a walk and a stolen base out of Alvarez today. Josie on second, does have wheels. Base hit might get him around.
Tom Garrett goes back behind the plate, gives the sign to Frederick. And the first pitch sweeper low, 1-0. And now Joey Lascala warming up in the bullpen for Holy Trinity. They've got a few arms, and Scala, we'll see. You'd have to imagine it's sometime in this ball game. 1-0. Drops in, 1-1.
John, I noticed, too, that it's Matt Cruz always holding the runner on at second. They always have their shortstop there, and I'm curious, with these right-hand batters, do they just not think that they pull much? Why would they not have the second baseman ever involved? It's always Cruz when there's a runner at second.
Which is interesting because Holy Trinity against Frederick has shown that they've pulled the ball. A few times the ball hit on the ground to Kim, and you're right, on that left side.
It creates a huge hole. I mean, I wouldn't want that.
The one argument that I could see is that Cruz is the fastest player on the infield, so he could get back to his position way more than, or at least faster than, the second baseman in Muccia. But I see your point.
It's been every time. That's the only reason why I'm even looking at it. Every time I look to see who's holding them on, it's one side. They don't even have both pinch in.
Check the runner at second. Here's the pitch. That just misses, and the count is full. Check that, 2-2.
So Frederick still in the driver's seat with a pitcher's count. And we'll see if he challenges Alvarez or tries to pick some corners on him. Steps off the bag. Gets a little reset on the count. Alvarez is third at bat in 4 innings so far.
It's Holy Trinity just fearless against Victor Frederick. Frederick's been vulnerable today. There's a swing and a miss. Skips off the glove of Garrett. Goes to the backstop. And Alvarez is aboard. So Frederick got the strikeout. Garrett couldn't complete it. And now runners on the corners and 2 down for Tyler Cook.
We'll take a look if that one maybe bounced first. I don't know if it was a pass ball or a wild pitch. But, again, just a loss of control, putting this Dom's team in a tough position. We'll get another look, and that's a pass ball, right? Hit the glove and bounced off. Pitch outside, so Alvarez can wipe the sweat off his brow. He swung at an ugly one. But, John, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in motion right now. Even though you have Tyler Cook up, who's been on base twice. If you're forced to throw down to second, maybe Josie can be cute down at third.
I'm with you. I don't see why you wouldn't challenge Garrett, especially with the ball that he's thrown away into left field, and you'll still have Tyler Cook to lead off the inning.
And you got one of the fastest guys on your team at first.
Right. Not going, and a curveball in the dirt, ball 1.
He is hopping around out there, though. He kind of took 3 big hops and hung out there. Maybe trying to see if it was going to be played cleanly.
This has not been the most comfortable outing for Victor Frederick. Gave up a run in the first, 2 in the second, and Holy Trinity applying pressure again. Cook spoils it foul. Count 1-1.
Jammed him up inside there. I like that. That's similar to what he did earlier with Hepner. So pitching Cook and Hepner inside has been good for him so far.
And Cook tripled to the right center field gap in the first inning, worked a walk in the second. And you're right, just like Alvarez, third at bat through the first 4 innings.
That's what you want out of this part of the order, though, so they're doing what they've got to do, and Cook came around to score.
And now Garrett's going to go out and talk to Frederick.
So they're not on the same page right now, John, and they need to get on the same page because, again, 2 outs and some trouble here.
Well, and with Danny O warming up, Honorado, you'd have to imagine for Garrett at least that he's trying to take some time for Honorado and squeeze in a few extra warm-up pitches.
Yeah, that could have been a call from the dugout without a doubt, just to give him a little bit more time. So if Frederick doesn't get this out, you think we're going to see Honorado?
Well, you could, especially with Andrew Hepner, number 3 hitter, and then Sinclair behind him. Both of those guys putting the ball in play. One runner goes. Pitch, fastball in there. No throw from Garrett.
That was a take all the way. to let that runner take the base because that ball was right down the middle. So now 2 runners in scoring position, and things just got a little dicier.
Well, and the extra pitches, of course, now taxing the arm of Frederick after he thought he had the strikeout. 1-2 coming. Sky down the right field line. Vangelato saying Galatafiore and goes out of play.
Yeah, that one had a lot of hook there. Out of play, but it's nice to see that Cook swinging, protecting that plate with a 1-2 count. Frederick right now, breaking balls are starting to lose their snap. So I'd probably look to see him challenge Cook again, nibble the corner. Don't have to give him anything too pretty here.
But you're right, though, Rob. This could be one of the last batters that Frederick faces today.
I mean, he has handled Hepner twice. A weak pop out and a strikeout. But, yeah, I got to think that if, especially if Cook hits the ball, they're not going to play games. 2 fast runners at second and third.
Yeah, Josie off at third, Alvarez at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-1 Holy Trinity. Frederick comes home with it. And misses outside, 2-2.
Cook showing really great patience today at the plate, too. Drawing that walk last time with 2 strikes on him.
Dan Luisi said in the offseason there was 2 focuses for Tyler Cook. It was to lean up, he put on 15 pounds of muscle, and then have better plate discipline. So he's done a better job of tracking pitches, looking for his exact pitch that he wants to drive, and he's really cut down on the strikeouts as a senior.
And you can see it in his whole setup at the plate. I mean, even his legs, everything that he does. His feet are in a great spot. Very controlled swing. His mechanics are fantastic.
Frederick ready on a 2-2. And Cook keeps it alive again.
He will not get cheat. He's a little upset that he didn't get more of that one. He shook his head. He wasn't happy, but he's not gonna let Frederick get one by him that he doesn't earn. And working a count like this is with runners on second and third, you're working a count against a guy who's had some difficulty today. This is when you get those wild pitches. This is when things like that happen.
He's throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Tyler Cook.
Taking longer looks in, too.
2-2. Driven out to left field. That chases back Vitale. But the ballpark will hold it. And he makes the catch as Victor Frederick gets out of the inning and leaves a couple on. Halfway home on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Dante does
Terrific
it again!
Defensive play. Dante Madaro. Gillico ties it up.
Yeso steps up and score.
A jump shot for Nell.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 the lead for Holy Trinity, and today's game is being streamed live on Perfect Game TV. From youth ball through college, watch the stars of tomorrow today. Just scan the QR code to download the free mobile app and take us with you wherever you go. With great documentary content and over 100 live games a year, Perfect Game TV is the home of amateur baseball. He's Rob Anderson. I'm John Perez. Victor Acosta back out on the mound after taking a ground ball off his right ankle. Was hobbling a little bit and still had an at-bat and moved down to first base okay, and now he's going to try and fight through the bottom third of the order for St. Dom's, and a 3-1 lead at his back.
Yeah, it looks like no ill effects when he was taking his warm-ups. He's pushing off just fine, and it was the bottom of the order. This is the part of the order, John, that did get the run against him, as it was Vangelatos getting the RBI hit.
Yeah, he'll bat third in the inning as Ray Kim, the third baseman, steps up to the plate and hammers the first pitch foul for strike one. Kim struck out swinging in his first at-bat as Victor Acosta is allowed a run on 3 hits, a couple of walks, and 2 strikeouts. And misses outside, 1-1.
And probably one of Acosta's best matchups that he had today. He really had Kim guessing that entire at-bat, striking him out on a high fastball.
Pitch misses outside. Well, we saw both teams dipping into their bullpens and actually have some action in the Holy Trinity bullpen as well. Comes a 2-1. That just misses outside, 3-1. And you see Gabe Claricaitis, the ace for Holy Trinity, as that pitch misses outside, ball 4. Claricaitis, and this is one thing that teams will do, Rob, you see in the Holy Trinity bullpen, throw a football to kind of help with their off-speed pitches and snap it over. And Claricaitis, not a quarterback, but will play one in the bullpen.
Yeah, you take a look at it there, and before the game, St. Dom's doing the same thing. They had 3 of them over there throwing that football, and I guess the secret's out. Everybody throwing footballs. Acosta looking to throw strikes, though, right now.
Yeah. First pitch misses downstairs. It's Nick Vitale. He drew a walk and was stranded at second. Little looper, shallow right, coming on his Chiz. He'll have to play it on a hop. As the first 2 men reach against Victor Acosta, Nick Vitale. A walk and now a single. And that'll get Christian Vangelatos to the plate.
And this is the part of the order that was hurting him. It was 4 balls in a row. Finally one near the plate. And a little dinker, Vitale the opposite way. And John, I don't know if this is the foot. We could take a look here. Just a little. They have not had good contact. That's the second time they blooped one in the same spot. And it's going to put runners at first and second. But prior to that hit, 4 straight balls. And we'll see if he lays down a bunch or tries to move these runners over.
Had an RBI single his first at-bat. Not bunting. Pops it foul.
I guess Coach said you got that hard hit last time. We'll do it again.
Well, no reason not to, because he's shown that he could swing the bat, but now Fusco calls over Vangelatos, and now instead of giving the actual physical sign,
whisper
straight from the lips.
Yeah, let me whisper in your ear real quick. Maybe you missed something. We'll take a look.
Kim off of second, Vitale off of first. And Acosta steps off. Fusco, 3rd season at the helm for St. Dom's. That pitch up and in. Chin music from Acosta.
As Vangelatos was showing bunt that time, so got the word. And we said it earlier, unlike St. Dom's, Trinity using second baseman Christian Poveda with the righty to hold the runner. And Alvarez shaded far to his right.
Pulls back the bunt, takes all the way, and it's 2-1.
I guess keep squaring away. He's having trouble getting over the plate.
2-1. It's in the outer half, 2-2.
That was a close one, and the fans aren't happy with that pitch, but...
They're never happy.
No.
Can never satisfy these parents.
And he's done a great job today as far as I'm concerned. Consistent. 2-2.
Costa looking for a strikeout here. Pitch just misses off the plate, and the count is full.
And something's in the air now. St. Dom's trying to force a change of direction in this game. And I get the bases loaded to bang one in.
Well, trying to get to the top of the order as well. Dom Muccia would be next. Runner from second goes. That's in there. Strike three called. Throw down to third. He's in there. Ray Kim just gets in ahead of the throw. And Tyler Cook gave a good one, but just slides in ahead of the tag. Take another look, Rob.
Yeah, let's take a look. I mean, that was as close as it gets. Strike three and a rifle down to second. Yeah, a foot might have got in there first. Probably the right call. But you got an unhappy coach again. And positionally, hard to make that call from where umpire Volpe was on the field. But it looked like the foot got in there.
The closer angle here. No, we didn't get to see the play. Well, not exactly the bunt, but still the result after the at-bat. You trade it out for an extra 90 feet. And here's Dom Muccia up at the plate with runners on the corners and one away. Nick Vitale, 4 steals and 6 attempts this year. He's at first. And Muccia, the freshman, hitting .369 in the regular season. Looks to keep the line moving and push a run across. Fastball dotted on the outside corner, 0-1.
Yeah, Costa's had his way with him so far, striking him out in his first at bat, and a weak pop up in the second. So both pitchers seem to be doing a better job at the top of the order than the bottom so far.
Uncle Charlie swoops in there. Count 0-2.
That was a pretty one. Definitely, Muccia was not expecting that pitch.
Muccia a strikeout and a pop out in 2 at-bats. Ball to the outfield will make it a 3-2 game at least. And Acosta steps off. Pitch, change-up, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 4th strikeout for Victor Acosta, and there's 2 away.
Man, he's had his way with Muccia up the top. I mean, that was a beauty pitch to go to the off-speed. And it looked like those last 2 pitches had him guessing completely wrong. Take a look as that curveball goes in there and not even close with the swing.
So Acosta 1 out away from getting out of it, but he's got to go through Jordan Yanoa. Hit by pitch and a flyout in 2 plate appearances. As the fastball misses inside, 1-0. Jordan Yanoa, senior outfielder, headed to Oswego. .355 on base percentage this year as the fastball misses upstairs. Count 2 balls and no strikes.
Still a lot of good movement on Acosta's pitches. As long as he has control of them in the zone, they do dance. They're not easy to read.
Slammed foul, first base side.
Challenging down and inside and jamming him up there.
Victor Acosta's been walking the tightrope over the last few innings, and now a strike away from getting out of it.
And that was a beauty of a pitch and an even better frame job by Cook behind the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Victor Acosta's team leads by 2. The pitch, inside, runner goes.
And he was dinked.
Well, let's see. Yanoa's going over to first. I don't know if he got hit, because if he got hit, then that's why he's at first. But the count should be 3-2.
Yeah, it should be 3. Oh, he's calling him back. All right, and now they're yelling that he got hit.
So here, let's see.
No,
that did. Off the bounce. That's a hit by
bounce.
pitch.
Yeah, off the bounce. It didn't. I thought it hit the bat maybe, but no. Well, they're going to have a conversation about it. They don't have the luxury that Varsity Media does with the replays, the great camera work, and the replay master, Chris Sweeney over there.
Well, that's Mike Verdi getting the shot.
Good job, Mike.
They'll say hit by pitch. That's the right call. And now the bases are full of Bayhawks for Matt Cruz.
Maybe they do have the instant replay down there after conversation.
Yeah, Luisi talking to home plate umpire Mike Zoll, and Now, saying something about Joe Volpe, I don't think him and Joe Volpe will be exchanging Christmas cards.
No, that's certainly not. That's twice. He's like, he's got us at the call on third over there, and now this. Overturning your call.
Prime opportunity for Matt Cruz, the Rutgers commit. Bases loaded. St. Dom's trails 3-1. Last half of the fourth inning. First pitch. Lined up the middle. It's a base hit, and that'll chase a run home. Kim comes in to score. They're going to send home Vitale, and he slams on the brakes as the throw comes in. But Matt Cruz makes it 3-2.
Playing it safe there and stopping the runner at third. A really clean piece of hitting there, driving it up the middle. And Acosta put that one right over the plate. A good hit. And again, I guess when you have Frederick up, you're going to be conservative, but you take a look, that ball sent up and stopped at third base. I think he would have beat it, to be quite honest with you. I think this is a tie game if they sent him, especially with the throw getting cut off the way that it did.
And the first pitch to Victor Frederick misses downstairs for ball one, and an opportunity for Frederick, who got off to a rough start. A chance at redemption at the plate. Grounded into a double play and singled up the middle. 1 for 2 on the day. As the bases are loaded, and now a 3-2 game. This one line drive caught by the second baseman Christian Proveda, and Victor Acosta gets out of it. St. Dom's pushes a run across, and at the end of 4, it's 3-2 Holy Trinity on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
The Long Island Fieldhouse is the premier training destination on Long Island, featuring indoor and outdoor facilities that are 15,000 square feet with a multi-purpose field good for all sports. Take your game to the next level, featuring 12 batting cages, 6 pitching mounds, baseball, softball hack machines, featuring the latest tech like Swing Catalyst, Analysis, HitTrax, and Rapsodo Pro. And when you're done in the lab, you can head to the classroom for your studies. Located in Hauppauge, visit lifieldhouse.com for more information.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Holy Trinity. St. Dom's 2-5-1. In the top of the 5th inning, he's Rob Anderson. I'm John Perez. Victor Frederick back out on the mound. Hit it hard, but right into the glove of Christian Proveda. As now St. Dom's has left 8 runners on base through the first 4 times through the order. And Victor Acosta, he has not been as efficient as you would expect, of course, being the number 1 pitcher out there, but he's shown his moxie and he's gotten out of innings when adversity is struck.
Yeah, saying it at 100% right. After 2 rough innings, the second being the worst with a lot of misses, he settled down. And honestly, since then, 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd, in the 4th, he got through 5 batters, but managed to get the job done, stranding a runner at 2nd and 3rd that inning and getting Tyler Cook, the best hitter in the lineup, out. So it's going to be Hepner leading off, and Hepner so far popped out and struck out. So why not roll it back? Get Frederick out there. They're getting a little closer. I like it.
It'll be the heart of the order for the Titans. Andrew Hepner, Andrew Sinclair, and Ryan Chiz. 3-4-5 against Victor Frederick. Settle down nicely.
You know what I'm thinking too, John? You got Frederick out there. You might be thinking, we're going to tie this thing. We might go extras today. Keep him out there. Get him as long as you can.
Well, it's all about the pitch count, too. He's got 105 pitches. Of course, that's the pitch limit, and first pitch, a swing and a miss to Andrew Hepner, who's hitless in 2 at-bats today.
Pretty weak swing there, so getting fooled is Hepner by Frederick Stuff today.
But you're right, Frederick has given up 3 runs on 4 hits. Well, hit by pitch, and they've gotten 4 strikeouts. This is driven down the left field line, chasing back Vitale, and it goes foul. Well-struck ball by Andrew Hepner, but it's just strike 2.
Ball really holds up a lot here too, John. I mean, the fact that that was even, not that it was that close, but to make a run all the way to the foul line, it's pretty impressive. Ball holds up when it's in the air, but that was hit pretty hard. no matter how hard you hit it, if it's not on the field, it's strike 2.
Yep. Andrew Hepner hitting .285 over his last 5 games. Fell right back to the screen. Stays 0-2.
Hepner, a big, strong hitter, looking to drive into one right now. Help knock Frederick out of the game and get a little more insurance on the board for Trinity.
0-2 coming. Serve down the right field line. It's going to dunk in for a base hit. And Andrew Hepner's thinking extra bases, but slams on the brakes as Christian Vangelatos quickly gets it back into the diamond. A leadoff single for Andrew Hepner.
Hepner just kind of sat on that one and smacked it down the line the other way. A lot of opposite field hitting today as you take another look at it, and a good job. That was hit pretty decently. Good job by right field to get that ball in quickly. And Hepner wanted to. He was thinking to, and then just went all right.
Sinclair's RBI single opened up the scoring for Holy Trinity as a curveball stays inside, 1-0. Sinclair 1 for 2. He popped out to first in foul territory in his last at-bat against Victor Frederick. Second time that Holy Trinity has gotten the leadoff man aboard against Frederick. And Sinclair lays off 2-0.
Missing both times there. He's going to have to challenge Sinclair. Does not want to put himself in a 3-0 spot here.
No, and Sinclair, a dead red fastball hitter. As this one's hit in the air out to right field. Vangelatos hauls it in, 1 away.
Well, you said it earlier, John. Vangelatos in there. Defensively plays a great game, and he did a nice job on that base hit, getting it in quickly and keeping it to 1. And an easy play out there for him as Sinclair flies out to right.
1 away, and here's Ryan Chiz, 0 for 2 on the day. Pop out and a ground out against Frederick. Chiz, one of the players that we mentioned in the open, red hot over his last 6 games. Runner goes, hit and run is on, and it's slammed into right field for a base hit. The hit and run works to perfection as Hepner goes first to third. And Holy Trinity with something cooking. Runners on the corners and 1 down for Sean Atkinson.
You said it, getting Chizzy with it. He hit it the opposite way. A really nice ball. Again, they're just kind of sitting back out on him, John, and poking him the other way, exploiting that hole on the right side. And you can see here, just waiting on the pitch. Boom, opposite way, out of the reach of first base. There's a big hole there between first and second, and they're using it. Good job there by Ryan Chiz. And another familiar spot for Frederick. Runner on third.
Middle infield at double play depth. As Frederick pours one in for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, again, anybody that's upset with umpires, that's both ways. He's calling that outside corner strike the whole game. He's doing a good job down there.
Runner at first is Chiz. See if they put him in motion.
I'd like to see that.
As Garrett keeps it in front of him. Pass ball and a wild pitch already for Frederick.
And an errant throw at third. A couple stolen bases against. Why not? Keep it going.
As the wind now starting to pick up and blow out to left. Slide step to pitch. In the air out to left field. That chases back Vitale. Lines it up, makes the catch. Hepner tags at third. Cruz doesn't make a throw. It's a sacrifice fly for Sean Atkinson. As Holy Trinity gets the insurance run, it's 4-2.
And you just said it, like on cue, wind blowing out to the left. They get a high one. It hangs up. It's in a great spot. Take a look there. Ball hit high in the air and deep enough. And Hepner, foot on the bag. Ball gets caught. Umpire Volpe says that one looks good. And not even an attempt at home plate. There was nothing going. and nothing going at first either as Chiz remained at first.
Here's Aiden Anello, a couple of strikeouts and 2 at-bats. A runner goes on the first pitch, but it's fouled at the plate. Count 0-1. Well, the one thing about Nick Vitale and Christian Vangelatos out in left and right field is that they do cover a lot of ground, but since they're so young, they haven't developed the arm strength yet. So a medium-range fly ball is enough to get the run home, and especially you'd have to imagine with younger, inexperienced players out there, you want to put pressure on them to make the perfect throw to the plate.
Certainly do. I agree with you 100% there. That's why, in high school sports, I'm a fan of being aggressive on the base paths.
Anello fouls it off again. 0-2.
And the umpire going to take a little walk. It looked like it might have bounced off either him or the catcher.
Well, there's Vitale out in left field, and a really good fielding left fielder as well. As Fusco mentioned, he and Vangelatos would split defensive MVPs this year. And that's a big reason why St. Dom's has had the season that they've had. Think about it. You don't just win 20 games through 3 pitchers. It helps, but you have to back them up, and there's 8 other fielders out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The defensive aspect of this game, that's what makes baseball beautiful. There's so much involved. You can get a pitcher mowing them down all day, and that's fantastic. But when the ball's put in play, you need the guys behind you.
It's the best sport in the world. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Victor Frederick with 4 strikeouts through 5 innings, but Holy Trinity adds another one. 4-2 going to the bottom of the 5th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
The Long Island Fieldhouse is the premier training destination on Long Island, featuring indoor and outdoor facilities that are 15,000 square feet with a multi-purpose field good for all sports. Take your game to the next level, featuring 12 batting cages, 6 pitching mounds, baseball, softball hack machines, featuring the latest tech like Swing Catalyst, Analysis, Hit Tracks, and Rapsodo Pro. And when you're done in the lab, you can head to the classroom for your studies. Located in Hauppauge, visit lifieldhouse.com for more information.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Let us cater your next pizza party, school event, or even on-site business meeting. Use the QR code on the screen and simply put in your address at the top of the page. Select the nearest Blaze Pizza, and we'll do the rest. From guiding you through how much the food to order, to securely taking your payment and arranging a delivery professional, feeding your group just got a whole lot easier with Blaze Pizza. Locations in Queens, Hicksville, Bayshore, and Yukon. New pitcher for Holy Trinity is Ryan Chiz, and Jonathan Hernandez goes out to right field to take over his spot. Ryan Chiz, a two-way player, of course, as well as Dan Luisi will hope, you'd imagine, Rob, for Chiz to take the reins and take Holy Trinity home this year. Chiz, 2-2 on the season with a 2.57 ERA. He last pitched against Kellenberg as he faced 6 batters, got through 2/3 of an inning, but allowed 2 runs on 4 hits and struck out 1. As he'll deal to Tom Garrett, 5-6-7 due up for the Bayhawks.
You said it. So he's up on the mound, and now out in right field is Mr. Hernandez. And John Acosta finishes with 4 Ks, 5 hits, 5 walks, and 2 earned.
Garrett attacks the first pitch. And Jaden Alvarez, low throw, and Ello can't pick it out. And Tom Garrett reaches on the E6.
So maybe a little bit of a rush throw there by Alvarez, who uncharacteristically bounced that one in what was a fairly easy play. And, he pat himself on the chest. That's on me. We'll get a look here. And just a sidearm angle and a tough scoop there at first base for Anello. Anello's been doing a great job, too, handling a lot of those bounces today. We're going to get a pinch runner.
Yeah, so the courtesy runner is Matt Lembo. Lembo, the Swiss Army knife defensive replacement, but also one of the first courtesy runners off the bench. He and Peter Kokoris. And we saw this last week at Division, of course, in the public school, where they'll use their fastest courtesy runners and hit their catchers in the top of the order, of course, if they can handle the bat. As that fastball dips low to Joe Galazzafiore, 1-0. Galazzafiore walked and came around to score in the second inning, then grounded into a 5-3 fielder's choice. Count 1-1. And if you remember in that third inning, St. Dom's was threatening. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Galazzafiore hit it right on the screws. Andrew Hepner, the third baseman, knocked it down, stood with it, and threw out Galazzafiore to keep it, at the time, a 3-1 game.
Yeah, and that could have really made a game changer there if that throw didn't get down there. And again, a nice play by Anello on the scoop to get that inning taken care of.
That just foul down the third base line.
And you almost willed it down that third base line talking about it so much. So both Chiz already so far, at least on the stat sheet, got the RBI, got a hit. Acosta hit, RBI, run, scored, pitched a heck of a game. So these guys are two-way players. You mentioned it before. You got guys that can do it all.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Galazzafiore retired for the first out.
And these pitches, so efficient.
Fast-fired strikeout from Blaze Pizza. You can swing by your local Blaze Pizza or by ordering online or over the phone, and they'll be ready to fire up your perfect pizza for delivery or choose to pick it up in store. First pitch curveball to Ray Kim. Pumps in for a strike, 0-1.
Chiz throwing it in the zone, doing a good job. Should have had that out on the grounder against Garrett. And then a pretty strikeout on one up and out of the zone. Runner's going to go.
Cook's throw down to second base. It's stopped by Proveda, but he can't apply the tag. And Matt Lembo has a stolen base and another runner in scoring position for the Bayhawks.
So Lembo, not a huge jump there, and the throw, if it was handled, might have been a little bit of a play there. It was bounced. But now St. Dom's getting aggressive on the base paths.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ray Kim, a walk and a strikeout in 2 plate appearances against Victor Acosta as Chiz fires high. 1-2.
And it looks like they're going to let him swing here, John. So not thinking about bunting and moving the runner over at the moment.
Comes a 1-2. Cued foul.
Kim a strikeout and a walk, and he came around to score on that play with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. And again, it was some nice play there to get out of that inning.
Kim was the opening day leadoff hitter, and there's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So back-to-back Ks for Ryan Chiz, and there's 2 down in the 5th. Well, that stolen base by Matt Lembo is the Speed Island speedy play of the game. Improve your speed with Onyx Salva and the gang over at Speed Island, located in Garden City. Book a session today at speedislandny.com. Take another look, and a good jump by Lembo.
Yeah, digging it in all the way. Slide, mishandled ball, but gets in there. Probably would have beat it anyway.
Nick Vitale takes a first pitch strike on a curveball. It's 0-1.
Chiz right now has great control.
Yeah, and that's something, too. He won't jump up in velocity. Is good stop by Cook on the backhand. 1-1. But he's able to locate, a little similar to Danny Atkinson. Sean Atkinson for Holy Trinity last year. One pitch. On the outer half, it's 1-2.
Yeah, that ball's moving, John. He sets up straight away on the rubber. He's like smacking the middle of the rubber, and just that ball moves, and he gets it down the middle of the plate.
Lembo with a short lead off a second. Here's the 1-2. Get on the ground to short. Alvarez is up with it. Fires to first. Dug out by Anello, and the inning is over. Ryan Chiz works around the leadoff error to retire the next 3. 5 in the books. 4-2 Holy Trinity on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching Varsity Media, the premier high school sports network in New York.
Wait. Oh, my God.
Oh, hello. Hi, how are you? Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? All right, I'm Ron. Oh, what's going on? How you doing, sir? How you doing? I'm Ron. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, hello, hi, how are you? How you doing? Oh, my God. I'm Ron, nice to meet you. Blaze right now is offering a large shareable pizza here with the real ingredients. Not frozen, none of that frozen crust, all right? Right. So I want to show you some beautiful, unique toppings that we have. Artichoke, arugula. Wow. You like that type of stuff? That's for you, all right? Oh, no, I'm Ron. I don't know who LeBron is. Me and you take a selfie. Come on in. Hey, that's Ron. You tell your friends to take you to Blaze Pizza and tell them Ron sent you, okay? All right, put it there. My guy. You even take Ron's hat. That's yours.
Oh my God.
LeBron James legit loves Blaze Pizza, and his ownership of 19 franchise locations reflects his passion for their make-your-own pizza concept. LeBron James, part owner and endorser of Blaze Pizza. Victor Frederick back out on the mound, a 4-2 lead for Holy Trinity. And Rob, with Frederick going as far as he's going, this would take him out of the fold for Tuesday if St. Dom's were to get there. Remember, it's a double elimination tournament. If the Bayhawks score a few runs and come out of this with the victory, that's all for naught. But either way, the Victor Frederick trying to gut his way through 6 against the defending New York State champions.
Yeah, and this is we're both surprised by it. Like I said, I was tallying up the stats at that point, thinking that Frederick would get out. I mean, he has been fairly efficient the last 2 innings, but I hope he's still got some gas in the tank.
Well, we mentioned St. Dom's and their 3 pitchers, and of course they're known as the 3 horsemen, and Frederick with the scholarship to St. John's, so he'll be playing in Queens at the next level. And then, of course, there is Danny Honorado and Brandon Lang, both going to New Rochelle to play for Iona, and most coaches around the league would love to have this at the top of their rotation.
Yeah, it's a fantastic staff, and all 3 of these young men can get up there and earn wins and put their teams in a great position at any time to get on the board, as long as they're driving in some runs. And it is the bottom of the order. Maybe that's why we're seeing Frederick again.
Yeah, Jalen Josie singled to center his last time up and waxed the first pitch foul out of play to the right side. 0-1.
Swung a one up at his eyes there. Probably should have taken that one, but 0-1, giving Frederick a chance to get out of this thing early.
Josie, a sophomore, the number 17 ranked prospect on Perfect Games New York State rankings, and number 4 outfielder, called up as a sophomore. Now, the one thing is, Louise knew the type of player that Josie is, and there you see the rest of the New York State rankings. He, J.J. Alvarez, the shortstop, and Tyler Cook, and of course, on those top leaderboards and rankings for a Perfect Game. But it's been his leadership qualities as well, as he skies this one out to shallow center. And now it'll find its way back into the infield, and Matt Cruz is there. 1 away.
Did you see where Josie was when that ball got caught? He rounded second and was about 3 feet away from second. That ball's dropped. He's got the ugliest double in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think Luis Castillo did that to us, Met fans. But
it was a long time ago.
Well, I'm old, John.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I still wake up sweating from it.
Well, first off, you got to move on. But secondly, the mortal sin was throwing to second base on that play. As this is Jonathan Hernandez making his first appearance at the plate. Remember, he came on when Brian Chiz moved from right field to the pitcher's mound. So that takes Victor Acosta out of the equation.
I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I had season tickets that year. I watched the Yankees win at Shea. I'm still scarred. It's a thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Every pop-up to short, I see Luis Castillo in my nightmares.
2-1 pitch downstairs. It's 3-1.
Both Met fans, we suffer. We suffer a lot.
Well, the other thing, too, was the Mets won the next day, so they would have won the series and everything. I think the capper was walking Mariano Rivera with the bases loaded. As that pitch is up and in, and just like Rivera, Hernandez reaches on a walk. And that'll bring the top of the order, J.J. Alvarez against Victor Frederick.
That one might even brush the uniform there, so if it wasn't ball 4, he might have gotten first base anyway.
Third walk issued by Frederick, and Here is Alvarez. He struck out his last time up, but ball got to the backstop. He was able to reach base and then was stranded at second after a stolen base. So the one thing about Holy Trinity today, they've stolen a couple of bases against Frederick, including Alvarez, who has 2 of the 3. Slight step on a 1-0. 1-1.
Letting Hernandez take some pretty big leads over there, getting like 2 hops in with some space. So I think the idea right now is let's concentrate on who's in front of us.
Well, with Hernandez over at first base, too, he had a slower start to the season. Last year sprained his MCL going after a ball, so he didn't play a lot in JV and then was called up due to some of the depth that was leaving from last year's New York State title team. We'll change it, so the count should be 0-2. Frederick, throw over.
That was a close one right there, John, and really nice tag over at first, and a nice pickoff move by Frederick. And
another throw again.
All right.
Now Hernandez close.
Yeah, 0-2, I guess. Let's not get him in any scoring position here.
Two. Fisted foul. The winner of this game will play the winner of St. Anthony's Kellenberg, as Kellenberg bus is parked and they're making their way to the ballpark. St. Anthony's is already behind their dugout on the third base side.
And everyone's sitting pensively over there. If you look at it, they're all like leaning forward, paying attention to every pitch.
Well, they're going to have to play one of these teams tomorrow. Runner goes, the 0-2. Hit up the middle and under the glove of Don Muccia into center field, a base hit. As Hernandez parks it over at second. And it's a one-out single for Jaden Alvarez, his first hit of the day. And that'll bring up Tyler Cook with a couple of men on.
Number 2, Tyler Cook.
And out comes Joe Fusco. We'll take another look, Rob.
Yeah, you can take a look here again. That ball takes a bounce, hits the glove, and as Hernandez is turning, the ball's to his back, so he wasn't able to read that it slowed down that much, and he stops at second. And then I saw him looking over his coach. Oh, then we get a look at St. Anthony's.
There are the Friars, bounced out early yesterday in the loss to Holy Trinity, and that'll do it for Victor Frederick. His day is done after serving up a single to center field. Frederick will come off for Luke Lang, and a new pitcher for the Bayhawks when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/Varsity Media. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Victor Frederick only lasted 5 1/3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 7 hits. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts as St. Dom's turns it over to Luke Lang.
And there is big Luke Lang, one of the horsemen, 5-1, a 1.47 ERA and 0.89 ERA in 31.2 innings. And Lang, one of the 3 horsemen, as coaches say, they're all horses. They can go deep.
And Tyler Cook, check swing and a miss. 0-1. Well, this was the recipe in the opening day victory for St. Dom's as Victor Frederick went the first 5 innings, and then it was Luke Lang going the final 5 innings. Lang actually picked up the victory, and he was stellar in that one. And 0-1 to Tyler Cook, and that pitch dips outside, 1-1.
And John, I don't want to question. I hate questioning things, but if Lang was going to be available for this spot, I don't know why Frederick started it. He had the line. I mean, he elicited that first pop out, but clearly getting tired and up against pitch count. Lang being available, I might have started him.
Swing and a miss, count 1-2, and I think the argument that Fusco would make was it would be an out-by-out basis. So he gets the first out of Josie, fine. But you're right. If you're going to lift him, then you lift him after the walk to Hernandez, and let Lang face the top of the order with only a runner on first.
Lang is throwing gas out of the gate, though, and is capable of that.
Through 5 scoreless innings against Tyler Cook and the Titans on March 26th in that 10-inning victory. 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. This is a Holy Trinity team that tends to strike out a lot. They're averaging 8 strikeouts per game over the last month. Struck out 17 times on opening day against St. Dom's. Cook with a triple in the first inning and a curveball outside. It's 3-2.
Yeah, John, you said earlier, too, I'm looking at those Friars over there. They're watching every pitch. The benefit of being game 2, you get to scout live in the playoff situation.
St. Anthony is the number 4 seed, taking on the 2-seeded Firebirds of Kellenberg.
It's going to be a great matchup here on the NFHS Network after this game.
No, I disagree. It's going to be on Varsity Media and Perfect Game as that sky down the right field line.
And it is Perfect Game. Perfect day for baseball on the Varsity Media Network.
Can't help yourself.
I'm in love and love nobody else.
Somewhere in the Turchin household, there's a bunch of convulsions. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tyler Cook looking for some insurance as he's got John Hernandez off of second. And it's fouled off his front foot. And another sting for Holy Trinity and one of the battery mates. Of course, Victor Acosta taking a ground ball off his right ankle, and now Tyler Cook, the warrior catcher, needing a few moments to shake it off.
Yeah, getting one off the foot there was Cook, and he hopped around, but he's back up in the box. And full count here with 2 outs. It's a huge spot for Lang.
Cook, a triple, a walk, and he flew out to left. 1 for 2 on the day. Full count, runners go, and it's lifted foul. You've seen Holy Trinity execute on a few hit and runs today. And why not against Lang and the fireballers that St. Dominic's has?
So Cook stepping in again. Runners on first and second. Working this count a little bit here, which he's done all day. Doesn't matter who's on the mound. This young man makes contact.
Runners not going. The 3-2. Lined over the glove of Cruz and into left center field for a base hit. Hernandez rounds third. He will score. Tyler Cook, an RBI single, makes it 5-2 Titans.
Man, the perfect last name for that young man because he can cook. He is on fire right now. A triple earlier in the game that he came around to score on, and look at this piece of hitting, John, right out of the reach of the shortstop over his head. And you got to give a lot of credit to Hernandez there, who held up to make sure the ball wasn't caught, but still had the legs to get around third and score. So instead of bases loaded, it's first and third for Andrew Hepner.
And vintage Titans baseball, putting the ball in play and letting the rest play out. As Hepner skies the first pitch, first base side. It's Lang who collides with Hepner, and the ball drops. And Hepner is called out on obstruction, but the call now, or the concern, of course, is for Luke Lang. And
look at Lang, though. Lang pops up, gives a thumbs up, and it's kind of on me as well. He's not looking at the runner. The runner stays straight. I mean, I'm sure Hepner was aware of what was going on. He had the benefit of not having his head up in the air. But what, amazing sportsmanship there by Lang to be like, that was on me. When he got up, I didn't know if he was going to get in his face or what the deal was, and he was like, that's on me.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's tough because he's got the right to stay on the first baseline and run to first. But either way, they're going to call Hepner out on an obstruction, and the runners stay at first and third.
So if you stay on the base path, you make no, he literally ran that thing like a tightrope. He's in the wrong.
Yeah. Because you have to give some way to the fielder.
What do you do,
going after the
stop?
ball? You go around, or you're right, yes. Yeah, it's one of those gray areas that, unfortunately, there's no perfect rule to it.
No, I think the rule should be that what happened there is, I don't know. He stayed on the line. I can't be mad. You run out out of the base path, you're out anyway.
Right.
Good news is, though, Lang completely, not hurt, nothing going on there. He got up, popped up, he's back on the mound.
Right.
The runners on the court is for Sinclair.
Sinclair, an infield single, a pop out and a fly out. Runners on the corners. And a fastball hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Only Trinity able to scratch out a run against Luke Lang. Although that run charged to Victor Frederick. So now the book on him closes. Giving up 5 runs, 4 of them earned.
But taking it to Sinclair on this at bat, 0-2.
And the pitch, Cook runs from first. Chopped on the ground, third base side. Nice diving stop by Kim. Fires across the diamond in time. A run-saving play by Matt Kim. Or Ray Kim. Keeps it. A 5-2 game. And we'll take another look, Rob.
Yeah, nice little bouncer there. He does a nice job extending out to his left, and the throw overhand in time. Not an easy play to make.
Go to the bottom of the 6th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
There are the Kellenberg Firebirds. They'll be in action at 4 o'clock on the Varsity Media Sports Network. They're the number 2 seed, taking on St. Anthony's. In a fun day of baseball here at Farmingdale State, it's the defending New York State champion, Holy Trinity Titans, with a 5-2 lead over St. Dominic's, as Ryan Chiz will deal his first time through the bottom of the order, as Christian Vangelatos will lead it off for the Bayhawks. 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single to right.
Kim doing a great job ending that inning to keep damage control. So now we'll see if Chiz can lock it down for this Trinity team.
Chiz last inning worked around a leadoff error and then a stolen base. Get a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Now ahead in the count, 0-2 to the number 9 hitter. Here's the pitch. And a fastball dips away, 1-2.
How impressive is Chiz? I mean, in that last inning, 2 weak grounders to shortstop, one, like you said, an E6, and then 2 Ks. He's doing what he's got to do out here.
Line foul, first base side.
So both teams fortunate with the luxury of some pretty deep arms.
1-2. That's high.
Looked like he really wound back on that one, and it rose up on him. He got a little more mustard on it than the earlier pitch.
Comes the 2-2. Curveball doesn't bend. Count 3-2.
It's 3 in a row. Control's been the game so far, so we'll see if Chiz can settle down and find the strike zone here.
Victor Acosta started this game off, went the first 4 innings, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 4. Swing and a miss, the high cheddar. Third strikeout for Chiz, and there's one away to begin the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, and almost the same exact pitch that he got Galio Tafori on earlier. Knocking him out with that high one, and take a look. He rears back here, John, and that ball just elevates, and Vangelatos no shot.
Here's Don Mucci, a couple of strikeouts and 3 at-bats, 0 for 3. Takes a good cut, count 0-1.
Yeah, you know how bad right now Mucci wants to get on base. Right now, this young man struck out twice against Acosta, and he's got a great swing. You saw it there.
Hitting .370 in his freshman campaign. He was someone that was at the bottom of the order, and Ray Kim was at the top of the order, but the 2 switched spots, and Joe Fusco saying that it's like having 3 leadoff men in that part of the order. Curveball stays high. It's 1-2. Chiz gets the sign. Comes home with a 1-2. 2-2.
Second batter he started out 0-2 on, and he's given up some balls right after that. I don't know if he's getting a little too fine there. He's got the wiggle room.
And stays alive.
I guess when nobody's gotten a hit off you yet, 4 batters, you struck out 3 of them. You can nibble when you got 2 strikes.
Yeah. And with a younger team, and might be starting to feel the pressure, but there is strike 3 called. 4th strikeout out of the pen for Ryan Chiz, and there's 2 down in the 6th.
And John, I said it before, the umpire, Mike Zoll's been so consistent with that strike all day long. No brainer, perfect call, that one looking. As you take a look here, nice setup by the catcher. And right down the alley, strike 3. 4 Ks in just 1 2/3.
Jordan Ynoa fouled the first pitch back, and the count is 0-1. Ynoa was plunked twice today and takes upstairs 1-1. He flew out to center in the middle of those 2 hit-by pitches.
Squaring up the bunt on the last one.
Doing anything he can to get aboard.
Guess so. Maybe try to catch them napping over at the corners.
So St. Dominic's team that on the heels of a 7-game winning streak, the top seed in the NSCHSAA. Holy Trinity has them against the ropes.
Since coming in, Chiz putting on a clinic. He's been the most consistent in the strike zone so far with the 4 pitches we've seen.
2-2 looped foul behind home plate. Dan Luisi might not always have the most polished athletes on his roster as some of the top in the rankings, but he always seems to get the best out of his players. Pitch upstairs, 3-2, and we saw it last year with Sean Atkinson becoming a lockdown reliever after Sebastian Velasquez and Tyler Cook would start games, and now we're seeing it with Ryan Chiz. 3-2, upstairs, and a 2-out walk. I'll bring up Matt Cruz.
Chiz found the plate between the lines, just a little too high there, and gets the walk. Ynoa holding off on it. And the first base runner that is Chiz's responsibility on base. And there'll be a meeting at the mound as a result, as you see Chiz there checking in on him a little bit.
Well, and Rob, it just goes to show how important that fifth run was in the RBI single for Tyler Cook to make it a 5-2 game, because Cruz can hit the ball to the next county. And it's still, Holy Trinity would still have the lead.
And he had a good rope in his last at bat, a single. So they're probably just talking about what their scouting report is, how they wanted to pitch Cruz. And I'm sure the message is don't give him anything good to hit.
Cruz has reached base twice. He reached on a fielder's choice and single up the middle. Hits it to the second baseman, Christian Proveda. Fires over to first, and the inning is over. Ryan Chiz. 2 scoreless innings out of the pen. We go to the 7th, 5-2 Holy Trinity on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein. You're watching Varsity Media.
Welcome you back to Farmingdale State. Holy Trinity, the defending New York State champs. The 5-2 lead over St. Dominic, and it was a run to remember for Holy Trinity last year as they knocked off Chaminade in 3 games in the NSCHSAA final and then brought home the program's first New York State title. And very similar to the type of baseball that we're seeing today, Rob. Kept the line moving. Everybody knew their job, and champions and titans at the end of the day.
And honestly, you see the champion caliber of this team. They stay cool and composed when their backs up against the wall. Their pitchers and defense have gotten themselves out of it. And I love the way they're moving on the bases. They look very confident out there.
Ryan Chiz will lead it off in the road half of the 7th inning. Chiz, Sean Atkinson, and Aiden Anello, 5, 6, 7 against Luke Lang, who begins his first clean inning of work.
Chiz with an excellent at-bat in his last at-bat when he got the base hit and moved the runner over to third. Nice clean single. And then it was a sac fly by Atkinson.
Yeah, 1 for 3 on the day, but you're right, Atkinson. As Holy Trinity, they didn't throw up many crooked numbers today, but they've scored in 4 of the first 6 innings, especially against the ace of St. Dom's. And now with their backs against the wall for the Bayhawks, will have gone through 2 of their 3 horsemen. 2-1. It's downstairs, 3-1.
Those runs coming around in a variety of ways. The clean way, the base hit RBI, and then the overthrow at third, and an error and a run scored. And then a sac fly. So doing it every which way.
3-1, carved in the air out to right field. Vangelato's going back. It's going to get over his head and two-hop all the way to the wall. Ryan Chiz is on his horse, and he's got a two-bagger to lead off the 7th.
And there's that little dance move they do over at second base there with that hit, and that one just kept going. It looked like it was going to fall in. It started to hook a little bit. Take a look here at this swing, and they are killing this team the opposite way. And it's roped, and the ball just took off. First one that didn't really hang up today, and you see him running, turns second, and perhaps held up at third. That one rolled all the way to the wall. Now he cruises into second base. He's like, I'm good with 2. I'm in scoring position, and let's see what Sean can do.
Alex Way, the courtesy runner over at second base. There's now Sean Atkinson, fresh off his sac fly. That made it a 5-2 game. Steps up to the plate.
Seems a little deja vu that Ways at second for the pitcher. Stole third last time. And that's how he came around to score.
Yeah. In fact, that spot has come around to score twice. John Hernandez, the other defensive replacement, coming in for Victor Acosta, who started off this game. He's in line for the win for Holy Trinity. Atkinson takes above the letters. Ball 1. Atkinson taking over center field this year. Remember, Holy Trinity had Nico Quiros, who's now playing at Thomas Jefferson, Division II level. Doing a good job with the Rams in the CACC. See a smattering of CACC talent in the Catholic League this year. And, of course, on Holy Trinity with Sinclair going to Bridgeport. 2-0. Dotted on the outside corner. 2-1.
Good pitch there by Lang, exploiting that outside corner.
Lang checking the runner at second, not once but twice, and comes home with a 2-1. 2-2.
Yeah, maybe the reason why Cruz is always the one holding him on is because they're killing him the opposite way right now. Again, exposing that left side of the infield with Cruz being the one that hugs second and tries to keep the runner honest. Atkinson can pull one.
Wind blowing out to left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Just outside, 3-2.
Lang putting his hands over his head and not happy with it, but if he's calling that one outside, it was outside.
Lang just trying to keep this a 5-2 game. Payoff pitch. Blew a fastball by him. Strike 3.
Good pitch there, out muscling Atkinson, getting the high heat. And Lang really deliberate, takes his time throwing into pitches and sets up here, checks the runner. And there it is. Up at the shoulder level, good strike.
So here is Anello. Hat trick on the day, 3 strikeouts and as many at-bats, and behind in the count, 0-1.
Yeah, Anello would love to try to help this team out offensively today. He's done a great job at first base defensively.
The thing with Lang is he's changing the pitch count. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to third. It's high, and getting under the tag is Alex Way, his second stolen base of the day.
And a real good job there by Kim, because we almost had deja vu again. That one was floated high. That's twice that Way. He ran down to third base and created some havoc. Take a look here. Great jump. And the batter gets out of the way. Throw a little bit high. Kim does a good job. Foot bounced off the bag, but the second one in. And he's safe at third.
Pitch hit on the ground to third. Kim checks the runner, then rifles across the diamond. 2 away. St. Thomas was playing the infield in, and they got the ground ball that they were seeking. And that'll bring up Jalen Josie with Alex Way. Another insurance run 90 feet away.
Excellent job there by Lang, jamming him up, because that is the pitch that you wanted and the exact spot. It took a couple steps there his way, and then he was like, this is coming my way. Let me get back. And the play across the diamond, and there's 2 outs. So good job there by Lang.
I see what you did there. A hit and 3 at-bats for Josie, who takes outside, ball 1. Josie a single to center in the 4th inning against Victor Frederick, the St. John's commit. As Holy Trinity came out swinging against the future Johnny. 1-0 pitch, tethered on the outside corner. It's 1-1. We'll have another St. John's commit in Game 2 for Kellenberg, Will Cowan. Starting third baseman for the Firebirds, also going to play at Jack Kaiser Stadium. 1-1. Chopped on the ground, third base side. Kim is up with it. Fires to first. In time. Just ahead of the slide. Jalen Josie thought he beat it. But Joe Volpe calls him out. And side is retired. Last licks for St. Dom's on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs, or call 516-403-2050. Bottom of the 7th inning here. Holy Trinity with a 5-2 lead, but a close play at first, ending the top of the 7th.
And we'll get another look at it here, John. From up here, we thought he might have beaten it. It's
bang-bang play.
It's a bang-bang play. Josie thought he was safe at first base. Coach thought he was safe, but umpire Volpe making the out call.
Well, what happens after today? Of course, this is not an elimination game, and it is the lower seed that would face St. John the Baptist. So if St. Anthony's were to lose, then they would play St. John the Baptist tomorrow. But, of course, this bracket powered by top-tier aviators with over 80 D1 commits, 70 MLB draft picks, and top regional coaching for ages 8 to 18. Up your game and take flight at toptieraviators.com. Speaking of prospects, here's one of the best ones, of course, Victor Frederick. Today's starter is 1 for 3 on the day, as Ryan Chiz induces a first pitch ground ball to short. Alvarez is up with it. Long throw dug out of the turf by Anello. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Again, can't say enough about Anello. Doing a heck of a job digging him out of the dirt all day, out of the turf. And can't say enough about Chiz. They have not had a solid hit off of this young man since he's come in the game.
No, he's come on. He's thrown strikes and induced weak contact, and a good safety valve to have as the first pitch to Tom Garrett. It's the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Like I said, not overwhelming with the heat, just putting the ball location.
Curveball outside. It's 1-1.
You don't see that in the major leagues anymore, like there's not the Greg Maddoxes of the world.
Right.
Everybody's throwing 1,000 miles an hour. Spin rates.
Well, spin rates, unfortunately, a lot of times at the arm specialist as well, of course, with the increased velocity. When 1 pitch is high, check that, 2-1 is high, it's 3-1. To Tom Garrett, singled in the third and reached on an error and stole a base last trip, officially 1 for 3. 3-1 pitch, outside, ball 4. Second walk by Chiz, and that'll bring up Joe Galatafiore.
And Garrett representing the first batter to see him a second time. So everybody getting a second look at Chiz in the order here. Does have a little room to play with. 3 up on the board. Dom's down to their final 2 outs.
Galatafiore rips the first pitch into center field, and the line keeps moving. Third time today that Galatafiore's aboard. It's his first single and his first hit. And so runners on first and second with one out for Ray Kim. And Kim will represent the tying run for the Bayhawks.
Yeah, St. Dominic's now trying to make a little bit of a push here to either tie or take the lead in this game. And if they do take the lead, it's going to be a W in a very dramatic fashion.
Kim, 2 strikeouts and a walk. He came around to score.
A lot of pressure on Kim right now. This is an anxious situation for this young man. You want to get it in play.
Freshman thrown into the fire. Chopped on the ground to third. Hepner steps on the bag, fires to first, and the ball game is over. Holy Trinity knocks off St. Dominic's 5-2 as Ryan Chiz comes out of the bullpen to lock down the save. And Holy Trinity advances to the winner's bracket with a 5-2 victory over the number 1 seed.
Well, it looked like Trinity rolled out their own horses today with Acosta and Chiz on the mound. Sensational games. And look at this play. Nice and easy. Touches the bag. Smooth as silk across the bag. And Nello doesn't have to work too hard for that one. And congratulations, Holy Trinity. Heck of a game today and showing that championship caliber they gave us last year.
The defending New York State champs will face the winner of Kellenberg and St. Anthony's. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll speak to our players of the game on the Blaze Pizza postgame show.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/Varsity Media. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. Here we go. Welcome back to Farmingdale State. I'm here with our two players of the game. Ryan Chiz started in right field out of the bullpen, and Tyler Cook with the insurance run. Ryan, I'll start with you first. You start the game in right field. You see Victor is getting through those first 4 innings. You know that your number is going to be called. What allowed you to be so effective out of the quote-unquote bullpen today?
I mean, just staying ready. Vic's been good all year, so I know I'm not going into any situation where it's going to be difficult for me. Just staying ready, keep my arm warm.
What can you say about this lineup today, too? You know how good their 3 pitchers are for St. Dom's. What allowed you guys to keep the line moving from a hitting sense?
We just executed on the right times and just stayed hot like we have been all season.
Tyler Cook, I have to ask, what is it about the playoffs that we get the best out of you?
I don't know, just like I feel like I enter a different mode. I'm just so much more focused, and I mean, the team energy comes up definitely in the playoffs, so it definitely helps a little bit.
Well, and it's not just that, you're also managing the pitchers behind the plate, so I'll ask you your thoughts on Victor and Ryan today.
I mean, they pitched outstanding. They definitely commanded the zone here and there. I mean, they were lights out, and anytime they gave up a hit, it was where I wanted it. They never missed a spot.
And lastly, I have to ask you, on that insurance RBI single, what were you looking for and what allowed you to get the hit?
I was definitely sitting fastball on that. I knew I wasn't going to chase on this curveball. I was seeing it well, so I was just sitting fastball and going to put a good swing on it.
Some people might be counting out the defending New York State champs. Do you guys have a message for those guys?
Don't count us out.
Job not finished.
All right, the job's not finished, but the broadcast is finishing up here, and you guys, because of that, you get your free Blaze Pizza as well, and the whole team will get fed as well. Tyler Cook, Ryan Chiz, thank you for the time. Good luck going forward. All right, gentlemen, that'll do it, and that'll do it for Game 1 here at Farmingdale State as well. For our executive producer, Ben Turchin, Chris Sweeney, and Becca Kazaks behind the 1s and 2s. Travis DeLuise and Mike Birdie giving you the moving images. My name is John Perez. For my partner, Rob Anderson, we say so long. Game 2 coming up next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.